yeah. Woo! You're talking about all men. Mike will be the one to do the talking down here on Peasant Street.
You're not a nice person.
Broken dreams, where it's all still happening. Real to real, like a film is real. Like in the night, like stream. Mike in the night, Mike in the night. What does the world want from me?
I bid you all good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you're watching this transmission. Whether you're watching us from your condo in the sky, to your cabin in the woods, or just couch surfing, or maybe on a road trip, or relaxing in your lazy boy, or on your lazy boy. Are you in your, or you're on your lazy boy? People of the night, welcome to Mike in the Night. It's 3 a.m., and there's something moving you. So crack open a window, sit back, relax, get some coffee or tea, because you're tuned in to Mike in the Night, the voice of the Commonwealth. Don't say I'm talking too much until you see what's behind. Just when you think it's done, just when you can't go on. Tagging along tonight on Mike in the Night, let's talk it through. Hashtag Mike in the Night. Intro track by Ralphie.co.New Zealand. So people, we are 5 weeks out. We are 5 weeks out from, it's going to be pretty big. So I hope everybody is ready. Woo! We are 5 weeks out. So we got Jay Pastor in the house, Ellen Howick in the house, Trust the Silence in the house. I want to thank all the I-10 truckers who have been listening to replays and live transmissions of Mike in the Night while driving the I-10 corridor there. That goes from the California, Los Angeles, all the way down to Jacksonville, Florida. So I appreciate everyone on the I-10 corridor listening to us live. And the big following we have in Reykjavik, Iceland. I want to thank everybody there, too, for watching Mike in the Night. Okay, so I want to thank everyone that's been sending me their videos on Skype. So if you got videos on Skype, send me your videos on Skype. I got one from David and some undercover videos, too, that he asked me not to post. And it's going to be good. It's good. I like having people on the show that want to make videos but don't want a whole YouTube channel, don't want to care about it. So send us your videos. If it's PG and it's okay, I'll go ahead and post it for you guys. I'll repost it. I posted a great video today on the channel, the backup channel today, from the whole buying food in Germany and how people are pissed off. The quality of food in Germany is so much better in comparison to probably Canada or other parts of the world or United States, where wow, they're paying that much for that good quality cheese. We got to pay an arm and a leg for that cheese. So there's a lot of people, waking up to what is happening in other parts of the world. So sit back, guys, relax. We're gonna have a really good show for you guys. I started a few minutes early so we can start warming up a little bit here. I want to get a pile of first-time callers in the show. Alan Howick, let's get him on the show if he could call in. Trust the Silence needs to call in. I don't know why Trust the Silence is not calling into the show. Mighty Motive 1982 is saying that I've deleted his posts. No, I don't delete anything. YouTube deletes. The friendly algorithm always deletes the posts. It's not Mike Martin's, right? And I'm promise you it's not Mike Martin's that's deleting posts, right? All right, guys, here it is. So, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm at 190 subscribers. The main channel is down for another 2 days, but I'm going to start streaming on this channel because I've heard rumors that the streaming on your channel actually destroys your channel from growing. So I'm going to not stream. I'm going to stream on this channel, and we're going to stream full blast here. And the original channel with the 14K subs is going to be the one I post a video once a week, maybe some morning coffee with Mike, all kinds of cool stuff, right? Yeah, USA censorship Iran website. I got that open for us tonight to talk about. We the Censored is what it is. And there's something major. Oh, Anaki's saying everyone from hi, Mike, and everyone from lockdown in Sydney's back on lockdown. Anaki, share this video because we're going to be talking about that today in this video. Trust the silence. Everybody, like, start sharing this thing. Let's get this channel. It's got 100 subs, 190 subs. Let's get it rolling. Okay, guys, don't forget Teespring. I got all kinds of cool stuff. I love Amerifornia stuff. My Facebook. If you want to make sure you don't miss anything, you can go ahead and follow me on Facebook. Guys, Instagram is the best. I've been getting a lot of messages on Instagram, but I'm finding them. What's happening is I'm finding them. The messages that they go under this filed, this thing where I can't see them. And then I go in and unlock all you people so we could talk. I don't know why they lock. I'm not even a celebrity, so why would they lock me from talking to somebody? You know what I'm saying? Guys, don't forget to set your reminders for Wednesday's show. I'm going to give you a link. Go over to Wednesday's show. It's going to be really good. We're going to be talking finance, and it's inflation talk again. Inflation, housing. We're not going to be seeing hyperinflation. I don't think so in the West, but we might see negative interest rates. We've been talking about negative interest rates for 3 years now, 4 years. Alaska Prepper is coming on next week's Mike in the Night for prepping. So next week's Mike in the Night is prepping. So we're gonna get Alaska Prepper on. Very important to have him on. I've been talking to him quite a bit in the last couple of days and stuff, and practicing my Spanish with him talking. So it's gonna be great to have Alaska Prepper on the show. What else? And guys, let me know if there's something wrong. Somebody from the channel told me that there was a problem with the store to order, and I think I fixed the glitch. I don't know. So if you want to order a board game, I have like 670 really cool different stuff. Get into gaming. I got it all. Artbydano.com, not your typical art. Check out artbydano.com. And don't forget to contribute to the Amerifornia tour with Lord Humongous. Go ahead and support that. And our music is by Ralphie.co.New Zealand. All right, guys. You see that bead of sweat? That's real. This ain't no stage sweat. This ain't stage sweat. This is the real deal. And it's a hot one. It's a hot one today here in Merritt, British Columbia. It is 42 centigrade. I think that's like, 113 Fahrenheit? But it's a hot one, man. All right, we got Jefe Salcero in the house. We got, who else we got here? Anaki. Yeah, Anaki's there. So we got our Discord open. So if you guys want to join Discord, go ahead and join our Discord. Our Discord's open. I got it open to the Mike in the Night section. It's just hashtag Mike in the Night. That's open. So people can start sending me messages on there, or links that you can't send me on YouTube. You just go ahead and send them to me on the Discord, if that's okay with you guys, okay? So what is happening, man? Whoa, let's kick it off here. I want to get some first-time callers on the show, if that's okay. If anybody's new and wants to come on and kind of talk about this whole censorship. What does the censorship mean? Well, there's some serious censorship happening right now around the world, and it's kind of weird because forming an opinion is only becoming one-sided now. It kind of reminds me of the harassment I've been receiving and the abuse I've been receiving here in Merritt from another party. Like, it's just non-stop abuse. And when I go to the police, they're saying, well, that's forming an opinion. But other people are doing it to a way lot less to others, and they get charged and put in jail for it. It doesn't make any sense on how the law works or what it doesn't make any sense, right? All right, so we got Spider Jerusalem in the house. He's our overseas expert who's going to come on he's been analyzing something for me on the side there. I appreciate him doing all that work. Blunt News has no... Oh, yeah, this is the other channel, guys. I'm sorry. This is the other channel. Okay, add moderator. There you go. Some people feel more protected when they have a wrench. And then we got Trust the Silence in the comments saying, I'm not vocally gifted. None of us are vocally gifted.
I will tell you, this is going to be something special.
Okay. Low Roller saying, when are you posting a video in your other channel? In a few days. I'll just be doing some morning coffee with Mike on that channel, and I'll be streaming on here. So if we get shut down here, whatever. We got Amy Burr in the house. I have Amy on my Skype, and she's never on Skype. I want to get her on the show just to talk and kind of give us an insight and kind of, Francis Foley's back in the house. Thank you. Hey, Jem Rose in the house. All right. So let's go into our top stories tonight, and then we'll get into our topic. We the Censored. We are the Censored. Okay, I want to bring this up because we did talk about, I don't know if you guys know about the structural problems they're having and what happened in Florida with the collapsing of one of those condo towers. Structural problems that we're seeing. Well, we saw it in the Opal Tower in Sydney, Australia, where the old dump, it used to be a dump, and then it became the Olympic Village, and then from the Olympic Village it became the Opal Towers, right? So there it is. Engineers warned. So this was happening. There was warnings before. Engineers warned of major structural damage before Miami condo tower collapsed. Structural engineering from a Marabito consultant completed a field survey reported 3 years ago that now the collapse of the Champlain Towers in South Condominium Complex in Surfside, Florida, and found structural damage. So there it is. There's the damage that was reported back in the day, and a lot of cracking and a lot of foundation, major foundation issues they were having. And this is what happened with the Opal Tower, and that's why it's a leaning tower of Opal. All kinds of plumbing issues. A lot of shortcuts were cut. Previously installed failed injection repairs with leaching forming, and more previously installed failed injection repairs with leaching forming. So leaching is basically the seeping of fluids through the concretes and all kinds of bizarro crap. MMC concludes by insisting required maintenance is needed to properly maintain this existing residential property. So this is back in the day. They said you had a lot of work that needs to be done on this, and none of it was addressed. And again, this goes back to the Sydney Opal Tower and the Muppet Tower. There was a couple of them that are falling apart, and the Opal Tower was open in September, and by Christmas of that year, Christmas Eve of that year, people had to get out, and that was 4 or 5 months after people moved in with the Opal Towers. Now, take a look at this. It's now like these older condos, nothing's being maintained, and infrastructure is crumbling. Okay, so this was sent to me by a friend in London. And huge anti-lockdown protest hits London as the city braces for a weekend of demonstrations. So demonstrations are going on there. A lot of pubs are filled with people. There's people everywhere. A lot of businesses decided to open anyway, even though they were on massive destructive lockdown. So there it is right there. The media is obviously probably spinning it as a pro-Trump protest. I don't know. That's going to be going on. We got Kalen Killens calling in. Yo, Kalen, what's up? Holy smokes! Let me get you on full screen. Okay, guys, this is Kalen. He's my secret bodyguard.
How's it going, guys?
It's going good. I see that you've made it to the coast.
Yeah, we're just down here in beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia.
Yep. And?
It's
how's the
hot.
beer?
It's hot. Yeah.
How's the beer?
Cold. Yeah.
Good. Man, I feel like I wish I could have a cold beer right now, but I'm streaming, so.
Look at all the people at the beach here.
Oh my God. What about the variants? What's going on?
Oh, there's hundreds. That I can see the beach across the way down out by, out by, the Maritime Museum. I can't remember the name of the beach just across the way.
Third
there.
Beach?
Yes, Third Beach. It's packed. Not a whole lot of maskers going on here. A few, but not many. So we're good like that. But yeah, hot. This is Southern California weather down here, man.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it's all this global warming too, right? I'm just joking. But
they're heating it.
So it's good that you're on patrol there, checking things out. It's good that you made it. It's because you told me you weren't sure you were gonna make it. But I told you you'll be on the beach. I told you when you left, I said by 5 or 6 you should be on the beach.
Yeah, we are here. Hey, Michelle, can you hold the phone? I'm just gonna open a beer here for Mike. I'm drinking one for you, Mike.
Oh my God, he's having a beer on me.
Yeah, for you. But anyways, I wanted to discuss this Bill C-36 and the hate speech, because I see a lot of hateful people down here. I can see them everywhere, of various colors and genders and, all kinds of hateful people. So we need to have this law to protect against hate speech, right?
Mm-hmm. And I told you earlier, like, I've been all around the world. I've talked to tons of people. I think in my entire life, I've met one racist person in my whole life.
I mean, I see them everywhere. I can see them all over the beach, people being very racist towards each other. Like, I mean, look at them all. Look at them all down there.
I know.
Different genders and sexual orientations and races. And I mean, of course we need a bill to protect us against this. Look at all these racists everywhere.
It's
terrible.
Disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. So Bill C-36, you said 100 days in home? What's it? Explain.
1 year in home lockdown and $70,000 fine. Yeah.
So, but the problem is now we're getting into Canada language now. What does that mean? Like, I understand English. I know what you're telling me.
What's defined as hate speech, right?
Exactly.
What's defined as hate speech? That's the real question. It's whatever they want it to be, right? I don't see very many hateful people around here at all. Just a lot of relaxed people out enjoying the weather.
They've been using language as a weapon against us for the last, since pretty much 2009, 2008. They've been using words, and they've been creating segregation, and they've been creating this segregation in our minds that never existed, but they're trying to make people feel, guilty for something they never did.
Well, that's it, right? And that's why they're digging into the past too, right? They're really digging into the past, and it's a shame, let the dead past bury the dead, let the dead bury the past, something like that. They're just saying, I've had a few beers. Anyway, don't go digging in the past.
Well, because like I said on my show many times, oh, Mike, don't you know that the British did this and the English did this and then the French did this? I'm like, no, they did this, not me. It was their war. And it's the English language, right? They're writing these spells with their words, Anyways, it's hot down here, Mike, and I might not be thinking the best, but just for everyone to see beautiful Vancouver. It's open, everyone's happy, I don't see a lot of hateful people down here. Very accepting people in Canada. So. Right. I feel you. I feel the love, man. I appreciate you coming by and seeing me earlier and bringing me some love, buddy.
Oh, any day, Mike. Any day. We're all here for each other in these crazy times, and that's that's really what it's about, because the system and the government and they can do whatever they want, right? And they are, but us, the people, as long as we stay true to each other, I think we'll be okay, and stay true to yourself and stay true to your spirit and God and everything that you hold dear. So your family. Yeah.
All right. Okay, Kay. I'll let you go. Have some fun there. Enjoy the sunset, and we'll talk very soon, okay?
Okay, Mike. Have a good night.
Thank you. God bless you. Bye.
You too.
All right, that's Kalen calling from the coast there. Woo! So we get another first. Well, he's not a first-time caller. He does some off-site reporting for the channel from time to time. Sends me a few videos. Some of the videos that he sends me, I just can't put it up because I could be hanging from a lamppost. All right, let's go back into the top story. So we got this huge protest. So the news is saying close to 100 supporters are outside today in England protesting. So they always do that. There's 100 protesters, and so there it is right there. I wanted to throw this out there. So huge protest. So these are for our Mike in the Night followers in England. Sent me this video. Well, they sent me this link. They told me to cover it. They said it's worth the cover because there's a lot of people protesting in England right now as we're speaking. And it's actually more than what the news is saying. And I think I like to throw this in there that the news wants to spin it as a pro-Trump protest. They're going to be spinning this as a pro-Trump protest 50 years after I'm dead. They'll be still doing it. All right, here we go. What else? Look, other footage here. So here's other footage here. Wow, lots of flags up in the air. I just saw a Jamaican flag. What is that? It looks like a Brazil flag there. The United Kingdom. Don't tread on me flag. Happy face flags. Wales flag. What else we got here? Wales. Poland. Lots of flags here. Lots of people here from all over the place. Oh, wow. Look at this. So this is the image, an aerial image of it. Okay, let me go into full screen here so you guys can see this. Holy crap. This is huge. So this is like the lockdown. It's like huge. It's going all the way here. So the news says 35 people today were protesting. Please don't go out of your house. There's 35 people out there. Wow. All right, here we go. China's rail spending spree in Africa is over, but it's still laying down the tracks. Chinese contractors have started to work on mega rail project in Tanzania days after completing another in Nigeria. Loan restructurings and poor returns have made lenders more cautious, putting other projects on hold. So China is obviously building a lot of rail, not to move the people of Africa around, but to move. They want to move either troops. They want to move minerals. They want to move all kinds of stuff. Instead of allowing the African people to have their own mines, the Africans have been mining in their own mines for hundreds of years that we know of. So instead of letting them mine their own thing, do their own thing, and export their own thing and make their own money and make their people wealthier, so they could build train stations if they want, the Chinese are going to do it, and the Chinese are going to pay it back by taking half their country away in resources, right? Right. And that's why I hate communism. Communism is
I love China.
Communism is destruction. It's absolute destruction. And then I don't know, is this hate speech going to cover anti-communism? Am I going to be imprisoned for speaking out against communism? Why gold? Again, at any time, many investors are calling gold a relic, and many younger ones in particular are buying Bitcoin instead. It is worth going back to fundamentals and looking at gold's role as money over 1,000 years. I am not here to attack Bitcoin, rather I am here to defend gold. So this is a really good article by Zero Hedge. If you get some time to pick it up and read it, because it's kind of important, because I have a feeling, and I've been saying this for a long time, they're going to go into the whole digital currency thing, and they're going to go into negative rates, and then you can't take your money out of your banks. We've been talking about this forever. This is old news on the channel. We've been talking about going into negative rates, and then, I'm going to pull my money out. No, you can't. It's digital. Where are you going to put it? You're going to put it on your phone? Grand Rising is got it right here in the comments. Grand Rising has got it right here. It's communityism. Communityism. Okay, fires destroy 2 more Catholic churches in Canada's Indigenous communities. So we had 2 major at the tail end of 2019. We had 2 churches burned down here in Merritt. The police know who it is. He admitted to doing it. The guy admitted to doing it. And nothing happened. They just say, just don't do it again, whatever. That's just how it works. So how does hate work? Like, what does hate mean? But Buddy burns down 2 churches here in town. Okay. Nothing happens, but that's not considered in the realm of hatred towards Catholics, or, you know what I'm saying? So fires destroy 2 more Catholic churches in Canada's Indigenous communities. Authorities consider the fire suspicious and are looking to determine any possible connection to the church fires in towns of Penticton and Oliver last week. So we had 2 churches like this burn right to the ground. I covered it on my channel. I went to the church to film it. And it was pretty bad. It's a major issue, and I'm just very interested to find out what is happening with that when it comes to that. Like this whole hate speech thing that they're trying to pass in Canada. Am I going to go to jail or am I going to be put away in house arrest because I'm talking about money laundering? Because that might hurt someone's feelings about money laundering and bringing in money and destroying our society so criminals could thrive? Right there. Right there. That's my hate right there. Alan Howick is calling it insanism. Jem Rose is calling it communitarianism. Blunt News is saying most Bitcoin OGs have gold as well. I thought they were going to say they have God as well. I have God. Failed to curb immigration or anger fellow Democrats. VP Kamala Harris faces no-win scenario in her new role as Mexico border czar. So she went down to the border, 98 days or 89 or 94 days? How many days as border czar of the border? And yeah, and she's passing the blame on to, hold on.
Tiffany.
Not Tiffany.
President Trump.
So she's passing the blame on to?
President Trump.
Who loves?
I love China.
No, I don't think he does. But anyways, failed to curb immigration or anger fellow Democrats. So almost 100 days into her role as border defense leader, G.I. Joe, she has failed. And obviously when you fail, you start pushing the blame onto the previous administration. Right? When you fail, you blame the previous administration, but when you succeed, you ignore the previous administration. See, when Trump with all the jobs, they said that it wasn't Donald Trump, it was the previous administration that was doing it. But anything negative, it was Donald Trump, it wasn't the previous administration. So that's why politics are almost like a really fixed soccer match. You could tell the referees are on one side, and they're one-siding everything, right? Good job, Kamala. I just oh
yeah.
All right, let's move on. U.S. food banks warn soaring prices will affect distribution. So we were talking about this 3 years ago on the channel, in late 2018, early 2019, that in places like Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and the UK, the UK has more food banks right now than they have in London. They have more food banks than they have Burger King, Subway restaurants, and like 3 other major chain restaurants combined. They have more food banks in London, England. Now, hold on a second. So, well, distributions, food banks, Australia was giving out, banks were giving food vouchers out so Australians wouldn't default on their mortgages. It's crazy. So they go to food banks so they could buy food and not starve to death and not default on their mortgages. So food bank warns of soaring prices will affect distribution. So there it is right there. It is a major issue. The high prices are costing us more to feed our family in need, said Alison Peugeot, Development and Outreach Director at the Food for Others. We'll have to rethink our purchasing decisions because economists say the prices are gonna be high for at least a year. Here's the thing, guys. I don't know if you kind of noticed this, but I talked about this 5-6 years in 2014 on the channel. I made a video. Price of oil was at $120-ish a barrel, and the price of food just kept going up. Okay. Price of food's going up because the price of transporting the food, the price of processing the food, the price of moving food around, logistics, it was too expensive. So the price of oil's up. Well, it's going to cost more. Oil goes to almost $20 a barrel 3 weeks after this huge height of oil. Almost $20-30 a barrel. Oil goes to nothing. Okay? Then what happens then? Well, I'll tell you what happens then. The price of food goes up. But we thought the price of transporting, the price of producing, and the price of moving around and logistics was causing the price of food to go up because oil was going up. Now, oil's less than $20 a barrel. The price of food stays the same. The price of food, I don't think, will be going down anytime soon. Because it's not pegged to oil. It's pegged to inflation. They always try to hide inflation, whether it's through oil, through commodities, or through some bizarro crap they're trying to kind of tether it through. No, it's inflation. It's all inflation. So we got John Ming in the house. We got Ripley. Ripley's right, stating that we're going to be seeing multi-generational mortgages coming, generational debt. I think parts of China even practice that, where, your dad had this debt, so you got to carry this debt on, and the interest rate is like 13%, and you're never going to pay it off, but you're going to have to pay it. Woo! Oh yeah. So there it is, and the price of food is getting more expensive, and this is nothing new to this channel. This is old news. And what was it? There was one thing I wanted to talk about here that they're reporting on. Never mind. All right, we're going to get into... here it is. We the silenced. Here it is. So that's Press TV. This is Iranian mainstream media. Okay? Whether it's fake news or real news or experimental or opinion-based, it doesn't matter, but it's being blocked. This website has been seized. So I spoke to a reporter over at Press TV, and they can't even go on YouTube. They are not allowed to give their opinion on what's happening with the, it's like we're not allowed to know what's happening with the huge Yemeni and Saudi war. We're not allowed to know what's happening with problems with distribution of water, apparently in some of those areas. Major water distribution issues they're having. Major drainage issues they're having, like huge, that you would never, like the bacteria, you have no idea. So, I just, really disappoint. I'm not. Well, it is what it is. So if they want to practice freedom of speech, practice freedom of expression, they got to stop shutting down. They got to stop censoring, like mainstream media and news from other countries. You know what I'm saying? So there it is, right there. So, all right, guys. If you're living in America, Australia, New Zealand, UK, wherever speaks English, you better pay really, really close attention, because this is Amerifornia coming. This is Canada. All these countries that speak English minus America is 4 or 5 years ahead of you. We're 4 or 5 years ahead. A house here starts at $1.7 million where I live. Not in Merritt, but in our major cities where there's actual jobs, you're looking at $1.7 million for a detached home that was built during World War I. That's what we have to work with here. You guys in America, you're going to get Amerifornia. It will come. And I'm disappointed that none of the work I did discussing Amerifornia during the Biden president-elect is coming, and it's going to come at full pace. Everybody under the sun was talking about, COVID's here, massive crash, and I'm like, there's no housing crash coming. Amerifornia's coming. Do you think America's going to sit back and let all the other English-speaking countries go to crap while America sits free, except their blue states are destroyed with money laundering and shadow flipping and bank crap, and you think that, no, it's coming to Amerifornia. Texafornia is already here. Arizonafornia. You got New Mexifornia. You got all kinds of Amerifornias happening right now. So here it is, guys. This is coming to an English-speaking country near you. Read it and weep, and you don't need to believe it if you don't want to. But liberals introduce bill to fight online hate with criminal code amendments. So this is it. The liberals have introduced a bill to tackle online hate by amending Canada's criminal code and Canadian Human Rights Act. Bill C-36 will allow a person to appear before a provincial court with the Attorney General's consent if the person fears that another will commit an offense motivated by bias, prejudice, hate based on race, national or ethnic origin, language, color, religion, sex, age, mental or physical disability, or sexual orientation, gender identity or expression, or any other similar factor. Here's the problem, guys. Here in my town where I live, there's this guy who's been harassing me and my family, okay, hard. He gives us the finger every time he sees us. He tells me and my wife off. He sent me illegal fake cease and desists. He found some Pakistani lawyer in Surrey to try and sue me. He's doing all kinds of crap against me and my family. He made the whole website The Merit Molester, calling me the molester and telling people to stay away from my business. It's been bashing me over and over, and I'm being sued for defaming him. So this is a problem. So how does this work? Because is it a one-sided thing? You know what I'm saying? I've gone, just for opening a small little toy store, I've gone through hell. You can watch the Merit Harassment series, is on my channel. So what? So someone's going to appear before a provincial court with attorney general's consent. So they're going to need consent first. So if I say, look, this has been happening. Here are all the screenshots. It's like this big. And here are all the recordings, all the crank calls and everything have been recorded. We have it all. And this is it. This is what I've been dealing with all these years. But I go to the police, and what did the police tell me? Well, he's forming an opinion. This is opinion-based. So what is become forming an opinion? Hate is defined. Here it is here. I don't know why my camera is really not picking me up here. But let's see if we could... Oh, my camera is fuzzing me out here. Don't know why I'm fuzzed out here. I don't know if you guys could see it, but I'm severely fuzzed out. Let me see if I could block it out there for a second with no light. All right, let's see if that picks it up. Yeah, it's not picking me up properly. It's fuzzing out. Okay, so here it is. In addition, hate is defined in the bill as the emotion that involves destination or vilification, and that is stronger than dislike or dissident. But hatred is not incited solely because it discredits humanity's hurt or offends. In addition, the bill would amend the Canadian Human Rights Act to make it a discriminatory practice. So to communicate hate speech through the internet where it's likely to foment detestation or vilification of an individual or group of individuals on the basis of prohibited grounds of discrimination. So, I mean, this is like a lot to read. They're trying to pass all kinds of crap in Canada. Is it, you can't talk about money launderers or people laundering money because it's going to hurt their feelings? Because, you know, nowadays people apologize for getting caught. They don't apologize for what they did, right? So they'll say to me, well, you can't talk about money launderers, Mike. You're going to hurt feelings. You know what I'm saying? What was this? This was an earlier story I was supposed to read. So here it is. Ottawa outlines new legislation to define and crack down on online hate speech. So what is online hate speech? What does it mean? What does it mean? Online hate speech. Like, what is hate speech? Like, what is it? Like, what is it? What does it curtail? What is hate speech? Like, and I was telling the gentleman earlier that called into the show, I've been everywhere. I've lived in Mexico for 2 years. I've been in Florida for 5 years. I've all different cultures. And the funny thing is, my best friend in Florida and Miami, we worked together a bit, and then we worked on some projects, was Jamaican. And one of my best friends here in Merritt is Jamaican. It's like, it's really, you don't pick your friends, it happens in your life. And what makes it weird about it all is I've never met anybody like that's like, I hate everybody. And like, no, I've never met anybody like that. I've never met anybody like that outright hates whatever. Whether a specific religion. I've met quite a few people, like, I haven't met them, but I've seen a lot of hate on, like, against Roman Catholics, against Catholics in general, blatant hatred towards burning down churches, all kinds of stuff towards Catholics, but nothing is done about it, right? Okay, let's go to the next one here. Wow, we got 96 people watching. Guys, share this. Let's get this out there. This is going to be our new streaming channel. Liberals introduce bill to combat online hate speech as Commons adjourns for summer. So there it is. They're going to throw this in, and they're forcing this stuff through. I don't know why anyone would just outright hate somebody because the color of their skin, the color of their clothing, or the language they speak. I don't know, man. All right, so this is like other stuff here. And then there's another story here, Hong Kong. What's something happening here in Hong Kong? Major change is China, aggressive diplomacy, unlikely, analysts say. China's rail... Oh, it's right here, right here. Oh, man, what is it? Where was it? Anyways, I lost the story I wanted to cover for you guys. I didn't properly open it. Okay, anyways, so let's get our man Jacob on the show. I need to find out what this bill is, what he knows about this bill. Let's get him on the show right now. Let's see if he gets this. He's probably at a party or something.
You're talking about all men.
All right, he ain't picking up. He's probably busy. Ooh, it's hot. It is a hot one today. It is a hot one today. We learn a lot from other cultures. We learn as humans. We learn. Okay, yo, JJ, what's up, buddy? Oh, he hung up. JJ, what's up?
Mike, sorry. How are you?
I'm doing phenomenal. Dynamite. Okay, JJ. What the hell's going on, man? I need to know what's going on. You're looking at the bill. What does that bill tell you when you read it?
So you sent me the bill for me to look it up, right? Mm. So I did. You can look it up on the GRC websites, C336, I believe. Mm-hmm. So what they're doing is they're going to establish the ability to make a court injunction on an individual or a company on the basis of hate speech. So if and a scenario would be if I made a video about how I hate avocados and you sell avocados, you could go to the court and get an injunction and get me pulled off the internet. It's basically what it's saying.
Really?
Yeah. They will make a court injunction and do an investigation on you. Like very Khmer Rouge style, actually. This is what they did to the intellectuals before they took over.
Okay, because this is a little bit of an issue because, well, actually, this is a major issue because, to be really frank with you, I mean, anything goes now.
Well, it would be total insanity because you could just do it right back to somebody, right? So if I made an injunction against you, you could just make one against me, and then it's to silence your opposition is what it is. It make it illegal to be opposed. You could say you could hate anything.
So, but somebody wrote me an email saying that I could be facing. You could do 100 days at house arrest, and people laundering money through Canada. Nothing happens to them.
Yeah, of course. That's they would never say no to money. Everyone's for sale. Think about it. The only thing propping up our economy is probably cash flight from other places. That's the only thing I see.
Canada would be in a recession without money laundering. So defined as crackdown on online hate speech. So I'm just trying to figure this out. So there's a couple of websites made about me called the Merit Molester, right? And,
yes, you were telling it.
Yeah. So for basically, I'm getting persecuted or basically attacked for people making websites for me opening a business in town.
Right. So you could go to the police under C36 and get an injunction against this person and make it illegal for them to use the internet. Is what they're doing.
Whoa.
Exactly. They could just. If they could purge the United States president from the internet, they can do it to anyone. For sure. Right? If what they're doing is they're making opposition illegal.
So how come the church burnings, they're not identifying the two church burnings that we had here in this? Let me go to the article so you guys know I'm not making this up. Where is it here? The two church burnings that happened. Let's see if they even... if I still have it here, or it got closed down by fires destroyed 2 more Catholic churches. Why are they not labeling these as hate crimes?
I believe this is an old hornet's nest in Canadian history, and they're opening it for whatever reason. Now, if you keep an eye on the news, they're uncovering all these unmarked graves and everything, and they're going to make a huge issue out of Native affairs and things like that, right? Be perfect time for an election. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And make your opposition illegal, and put somebody on a pedestal, so we have a victim to worship, and this is a socialism 1-on-1, right? Is what it is.
Well, there was 2 churches burned in my town in 2018 and into 2019. I think around Christmas week, the week of Christmas, and there was 2 of our churches burnt in 2018 into 2019, and they know the person. They don't want to deal with it.
That's right. This is it's a political issue, I find, and it has to do with the Canadian government's relationship to natives and Aboriginal people. I believe this is and they use the church as a scapegoat, saying that you were the ones that institutionalized all these people, but it was really both of them hand in hand, is what it was.
Well, there's a lot of strings moving. There's a lot of moving parts here. You just can't really, they are pointing them, but I just don't understand why. Like I remember not too long ago there was some sort of a crime that happened. And then they called it a hate crime. And there was a hate crime, hate speech, hate crime. And then they realized the guy that committed the crime was of a different religion other than Roman Catholicism, and he wasn't Caucasian.
Right.
And then they paddled back and didn't call it a hate crime anymore. It's kind of weird.
Well, this is all socialist manifesto. And what they're doing is they're demonizing the majority so they can silence them. Because the people that, call the shots really are just a tiny minority of people. So they want to make opposition illegal and demonize the majority of people. That's what they, with the white guilt and all that nonsense that's coming. They just want them silenced.
Well, they silenced me for a week. They shut down my main channel.
Sure they did.
Because we were talking about certain things about, the injection. And I'll send you a copy of it. I have it here. I printed it off. I send you a copy of what I did. And basically, I went against their guidelines and going against Dr. Fauci. And you can't do that. And big no-no. And so I just, whatever. You can't go against Dr. Fauci, huh?
My suspicion is they're decentralizing social media. They're trying to push people off of the main social, so they'll branch out. This is what I'm seeing. Nothing would be left to chance, right? Everything to scale is all measured out. They want the internet to branch off into other areas where you could call yourself a conservative or whatever it is, right? That's what they're. If you ask me, that's what I'm seeing. Because you forget what they say and watch what they do. Exactly. Right?
Yes. And I was talking to my friend Devin today, and I was talking to Devin, and he came into my store, and I said, Devin, we're on the same team, buddy. There's no race. We're on one side, and it doesn't matter. And this one side breaks through race, religion, and all this other stuff. It's the people in the know.
That's right. And they want us to hate each other, and we don't, and no one does. And that's why they're pushing it so hard. Like we had this conversation before. I couldn't even tell you the last time I met a real racist person.
Me too.
This is Canada. Like we just don't have that here. No one cares. It was never an issue, right? Not in my lifetime. I grew up in a multicultural society, and the only thing we would do when we were growing up is make jokes about it, and everyone laughed. It was nothing. So, but they want that. They want us to hate each other because it's us versus them, not me versus you.
This has been an issue now for the last decade now. They've been making it front and center more in the last decade, right?
They have, yes. I feel that our modern society is making them cocky about. That's why they're so eager to control the internet, to get their hands in there. and it's already fairly regulated, but I suspect there's other people that want to decentralize. Like I said, we're all moving off of YouTube and into other platforms and things of that nature, right? But that's fine, because they couldn't stop you, because we could just make a channel that's Ike Martin's, and it's, you know what I mean? It's not a big deal. They can't stop you, right? So to me, it's foolish. To me, it's foolish to go about this. It's already heavily regulated enough. But they want to make it illegal to be in any sort of opposition. And that is open a history book that's straight out of Cambodia, Khmer Rouge stuff. Is exactly what they were doing in the late 1960s.
Oh, yeah, they were selling their grain to other countries and buying weapons, right?
That's right. And after they demolished their opposition with the guillotine, essentially, they moved on to each other because there was no one left to guillotine. So it was so bad that Vietnam, which was another communist country, invaded and stopped them, right? Because that was like this crazy virulent form of communism. And we're playing out the exact same song, and I can't believe no one's seeing this.
It's scary. It's very scary where things are headed, and I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know how I could get this message out without sounding hateful. But I don't. Well,
it could be anything. It could like there's no such thing as hate speech. There's speech or there's no speech, and that's, you know what I mean. It's an abstract concept. You can't make that a law. It's insanity.
Okay. Then now let's go over to Press TV. Press TV's website. It's mainstream media from Iran. Okay. Now, why did that get shut down? I usually go there to find what's happening on my. But the war, the Yemeni and Saudi war, the different wars that are happening, different fronts, and you get a really good perspective from Press TV. Why was
That's right.
It's blocked. PressTV.com. I go to it.
Oh, they don't want us focused outside. If you notice, we're not allowed to travel still, right? They don't want us watching foreign news and things of that nature. Some of it slips through. You're lucky you even got to see that. And they wanted us to hate Iran so badly, but the Persians are fantastic people, and no one's buying it. You know what I mean? We're just not buying it. You can't just do that, because they made the mistake of having a globalist society. Everyone moved around, right? And this is a pedal backwards from it. But it's too late. China. Everybody knows already. We're all in the same. There's a tiny group of people at the controls, and they are just demolishing the place.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me if someone went forward and says, there's this guy named Mike Martins who has this massive hatred towards the Chinese Communist Party, and I feel offended by it, and I want to put him in jail.
That's all it would take.
Yeah.
But we would just, like I said, we'd have Ike Martins. Or Mike Martins, too. They can't really stop you if you're determined to get out there. And, your followers and fans, we're vast, actually. You can go through the algorithm of your show and see how much data it's eating. When you pull up the nerd stuff icon, you can see how much data is going out and how much is coming in. And there's a lot of data going out. So I would say they knock a couple zeros off of what we see. We've even caught them dialing back your views.
Oh, many times.
Right? They're dialing back your views, then they're dialing back your feed and how much people watch to everything. Can I tell you
a little funny theory that I got going?
What's that?
All right, let me go to my new channel here. So I'm gonna still upload to the old channel, so don't unsubscribe to it. But I'm gonna do my live streaming on this one. So this is what I'm subscribed to now to see if the algorithm changes. ABC News, MLB, NHL, NFL, Bill Gates. I don't know who this is. Stefan Bernland. Dream, Truly, CNN, Hillary Clinton, Obama Foundation, Joe Biden, Becky Bolton, Washington Post, so Obama White House. So I have so many on this channel I'm subscribed to purposely to try and see if I could trick it in a way. You know what I'm saying?
I do. And the algorithm, they call it, is a basic artificial intelligence, right? And so it's trying to guess what you would like, but it's doing this through ones and zeros. So it's very basic, and it'll never really. But what you can do with this is step into that system as an administrator and manipulate it to whatever you want. So somebody can just with administrative tools from YouTube or whatever, and just and craft it any way they see fit. So they could, you know what I mean?
Guys, the old channel will be up in 2 days running, so I'm not going to stream off there so we don't get in trouble. All I'm going to do is put a few morning coffees with Mike. Hey, let's talk about some renovations, maybe talk about, hey, how's everybody doing, stay strong type of thing. And then this channel, we could just do more of the streaming, right? You know what I mean?
Sure, that's a great idea.
So I'm just disappointed. What is hate speech? Like, what is... So let's
an abstract
let's go
thought.
to Webster's dictionary. Let's find out what Wikipedia.
You're going to be disappointed what you find. It'll be very, very vague.
Wikipedia, hate speech, Wikipedia. Let's see what Wikipedia says. Hate speech is defined by Cambridge Dictionary as public speech that expresses hate or encourages violence towards a person or a group based on something such as race, religion, sex, or sexual orientation. Hate speech is usually thought to include communications of animosity or disparagement of an individual or group on account of a group characteristics such as race, color, national origin, sex, disability, religion, or sexual orientation. A legal definition of hate speech varies from country to country. So they don't even know what hate speech means.
Well, this is the PR stunt called the Israelis did this called anti-Semitic. You know how they have a special word. Everybody else is racist, but they have anti-Semitic. You know what I mean? So they invented this word. If you say it long enough, people will just include it. That's like hate speech or anti-Semitic. These are manufactured PR words, public relations. They're the people that run marketing and they use psychological warfare and everything to give you the information that they want you to hear, including inventing words like hate speech.
Ah, man, I don't know what to say, man. This is gonna rip through a lot of. It's gonna rip through and destroy the fabric of the society. I just the infrastructure is crumbling all around us. See what happened to that tower there in Surf, Florida there.
Apparently, this tower, because I was watching that also, apparently it was well known that this tower was in terrible shape.
Yes, we covered that earlier, that they got reports from up to 10 years ago this tower was in problems.
That's right. And contractors and stuff had been trying to get a hold of the city and say that this building wasn't safe. And it was well known that could collapse anytime. And they still let their people live there. And this is going to be a disaster for them.
Oh, my God,
and
Jacob,
the condo
I think
industry.
I know what the problem is with that. The Catholics.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
we better burn a few more churches down.
Yeah.
You know, all the churches in Toronto, they were converted into condos years ago. Mm-hmm. So it's to us, it's kind of like an abstract thought. Because they casually dialed it back. They don't want to share power. And the Catholic Church is a perfect scapegoat for the Canadian government. Because they're not even a religion anymore in the sense they're landowners now.
But if you look at it, a lot of the basic foundation and principles founded in the West was off of Catholicism principles, right?
Yeah, essentially. And the Holy Roman Empire. That was an empire that existed until it was silenced by Napoleon Bonaparte. Right. And that was the basis of Western civilization was the Holy Roman Empire. And it was like the northern part of Italy and all up into Germany and Poland and everything.
The West was an expansion of Europe. You got the official language. A lot of people don't know this, but the official language in South America is Portuguese. A lot of people think it's Spanish. No, it's Portuguese. Central America.
Absolutely it is.
Huh?
Absolutely it is. And they speak Portuguese in like 45 countries.
But it's in 9 countries. It's the official language, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So then you got Central America where it's Spanish, and then you got North America where it's predominantly Spanish and English, kind of a mix, and then you got the French come in late, like always, and trying to force their dominance in language and stuff. You know, they got French police that, okay, so what about the French language police that go online and you can't post anything in English, apparently? That's true, too.
Oh, of course. They would have no problem coming after us for hate speech, let alone language laws that have been existing here since the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, and that was another stunt that was pulled similar to this, right? Where they invented a problem and they forced legislation down our throat, like nonsense, to make us hate each other because they don't want Quebec. Some Quebecers don't want Quebec to be part of Canada, really, right? That's a whole Canadian. That's an Ottawa, Montreal thing, and they're the ones that run. That's what the Liberal Party of Canada, and that's all their little civil war that they had back in the day.
I remember that in the mid '80s. I remember that.
That's right. And they still hate each other, and it's bad blood from way back. They have royalty families, basically, right? Every country does.
Oh, yeah.
And they're the ones that have been run the show for ages.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But now we have like a full-on like a Pol Pot here situation here in Canada.
Mm-hmm. I'm concerned. I'm concerned.
By the end of it, no one knew how to read, so it didn't matter if he controlled the 2 newspapers in Cambodia, because nobody knew how to read anyways by the time they were finished.
Right. Interesting. All right, JJ, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. Do your thing. Enjoy the weather, and we'll talk very soon, okay?
Okay, cheers. I'll be in the comments.
God bless you. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
That is JJ he's be in the comments right now with you guys. Yeah. Woo!
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's get Dr. Mysterio on the show to find out what his take on this bill C-36 is. Is this Dr. Mysterio? Hello? Hello? All right, nobody's picking up. All right, let's move on. Just to confirm your new channel, just to confirm your new channel on YouTube is Mike in the Night and all live streams, right? Yes, that's right. Mike in the Night and all live streams. Okay, let's move on to what we know is best. I wonder if David wants to come. David, do you want to come on the show and talk a little bit with us? David works I think he worked in the fast food industry for a while, and he gave us some really cool stories from China, like when he was a student in living in mainland China. Some of the stories he would come up and tell us. All right, Dr. Mysterio is here. Hello, Dr. Mysterio, are you there? Hello? Hello?
Mike?
Yeah, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. Just got to bring down your audio. You dialed the wrong number before. You had somebody else you were ringing up. It's a doctor here.
The doctor's in the house. Okay, Dr. Mysterio, Bill C-36, imprisoning people for 100 days in house arrest and $70,000 fines if they fight online hate. They're going to fight online hate. What the hell is hate speech?
Well, to me, what they're trying to do is they're trying to threaten us with Minority Report kind of level prosecution or crime. Now, I don't think that the weight of the justice system is going to be able to deal with a bunch of complaints like that. All right. Now, if they start handing out tickets or whatever for hate speech, well, maybe, there'll be programs to be able to deal with those tickets. But either way, it's awful. Okay, there's no there's no other words to describe this, Mike. The idea of being able to prosecute somebody before they've committed a crime just reeks of 1984 Big Brother society. And I'm not very optimistic right now. Okay, I'm not very optimistic right now. I just listened to President Trump's speech from Ohio, and it didn't really offer us anything new today. I know this is sidetracking, but it was a somber speech that basically related just to the rhetoric from 2022 and 2024 or so. Anyways, nothing to suggest that they would repair the damage to 2020. So I can see this liberal legislation going ahead right now, and I can see things perhaps getting worse before they're going to get better, man. But I tell you, if we're going to have to go through another 3.5 years of this, it's going to get very, very bad. Okay,
You know
for all of us.
I want to bet you $100 on something.
Go ahead.
I want to bet you $100 that within a year, I will be charged and put in prison for hating against communism, because communists will come forward and say there's a guy named Mike Martins who hates communism and the Chinese Communist Party, and we want him charged for hate.
I wouldn't doubt it. I'm inclined to agree with you right now, because I did my due research, okay, or my due diligence prior to your outreach or your phone call tonight, and yeah, you know, I mean, it just absolutely left me flabbergasted. Now, I do want to bring up one thing that is kind of positive, though. The fact that they've been finding so many, I mean, unfortunately, you know, Native kids that have been buried in unmarked graves is, I think, a good thing over the long term, because it helps to show the depravity of even the current government, because we can't forget that even though a lot of the stuff came from while the Catholic Church was operating these residential schools, the practices were continued by the Pierre Trudeau administration, because the Pierre Trudeau administration took over what was left of these residential schools, Catholic Church, and continued these practices until they were shut down. So we can't say that the government has any less complicity than the Catholic Church did, but they don't. And we know by extension, you know, Justin Castro is part of the same gang that his father was part of. So those that are controlling the world are being made to look pretty bad right now, okay, by the discovery of these kids' bodies at Native churches and whatnot. And I'm hoping that this gives us the ability to see, or the ability to expose, the complicity from the Queen, the Privy Council, on down through the PMO, on down through the provinces and the respective child protection agencies, all the way to the police departments that used to funnel the kids and seize them and put them in the residential schools. Everybody was complicit. So when we get hate speech legislation such as this, I can't feel but that, you know, that it's got to have something to do with the fact that they're not going to want people showing them up and making them look like idiots for the Native residential school question and all the deaths involved.
You know what the funny part is? Up until now, in the last 10 years, people would apologize for getting caught. It's a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
You get caught, you apologize for getting caught. You don't apologize. Now, you can't even call out somebody anymore, even if you have fact, truth, and everything now.
No, I know, because scientism has just taken over, right? And, yeah, because Satanism and scientism has taken over. It's as simple as that. Okay? And I mean, it's permeated everywhere. And that's why I said, you know, I mean, I'm really hoping for mankind to be able to go through the ascension thing. Because when you have a system as broken as this, we cannot expect to have justice from a system that is as broken as this. You can't expect, okay, you know, maritime law judges and statute law judges, all right, in order to be retrained and give us the justice, if they're already maybe part of the same, you know, the same thing that's going on with the politicians and the public health officials, of which, you know, I can specify LW's tweet, and I'll just leave it at that, because anything else will get you censored, and I don't want you to have any censorship problems here. Mm-hmm. So, but you understand what I am referring to. Mm-hmm. And certainly, I think with the depravity of the United Nations and the depravity of of what is in our schools right now. You know how they're teaching our kids with the Sochi 1, 2, 3 agenda, and all this sort of thing. You know, and I mean, imagine talking to a kid, all right, about how touching yourself feels good, okay, or is correct for you at 4 years of age.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is the depravity at which the adversary operates in this.
Mm-hmm.
And this level of depravity is not going to offer anybody on this planet any justice the way things are right now. So each and every one of us better hope out there for some divine intervention from God's path, all right, and the U.S. military. Because if nothing can stop what is coming, they have to embrace it. And let's hope they are embracing it. Because I tell you, when I look at C-36, and I look at the, you know, it's terrible having to look at graves of kids being a positive force. I mean, it's a terrible thing. It's really, really, really sad. And I'm absolutely shocked from it. And I'm beside myself that this was allowed to go on in our society in Canada for so long. But it just shows you that Canada has been one of the most corrupt nations on the face of the earth because we were so corruptible, because we had the liberal agenda and the liberal machine going here for so many years. I'm as a Canadian, I am absolutely beside myself tonight, Mike. All right?
Yeah.
And I just don't know what to say.
Okay. No worries.
You know, that this is kind of knocked me off of my spiritual pathway here. Number one, because of the level of depravity and the level of just sheer BS the Trudeau administration is up to and the government is up to right now.
Actually,
and after seeing that,
I know you knew him personally, McAfee. I just want to send my condolences to the loss of. I know you spoke to him a few times and you know of him well, and I just wanted to send my condolences to that.
Yeah, well, I mean, as far as John McAfee goes, I do, you know, I'm feeling his loss.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I know a bit. I know some, and you know, everyone's got their good sides and bad sides, right? To everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, you just better hope that he had, a back door, okay, into his software, okay, that claims that they got evidence that he said they got, right? And there was a lot of great interviews that have come out of late since, since he, and since he supposedly died. But the one thing that is positive in all this, all right, there was a news item that came across on Telegram, all right, that said that there was a strange private jet military flight that flew out of Barcelona, all right, back to the United States, right the day or after the announcement came out. Mm-hmm. So, be alive. He may not have been suicided. That might just be a planted story, right? You know, and given the fact that we can trust nothing. We can't trust anything from the mainstream media. We can't trust anything from public health right now. We can't trust anything from government. We can't believe any of it, not even the slightest, smallest report that might involve tearing of a toilet paper sheet. Mm-hmm. The same thing goes for the media on our side, too. You know, like when I'm reading the Telegram media, right, you know, I have to treat everything there as suspiciously as coming out from the mainstream media. I cannot trust any of it because everything has to be based on what we can observe with our eyes, what we can take in sort of, you know, from our sacred texts, you know, and our spirituality and this sort of thing. We are truly living in the end times. And it's just I'm on a little bit of a downer day, as you can hear. I'm not usually I'm usually the more optimistic doctor that you know. But today I think we all have reason to be a little somber. Go ahead.
I just wanted to touch base with that and kind of get you to kind of weigh in a bit on it and talk it through, because that's what we're doing here. We're talking things through. Yeah, I kind of lost for words when I saw that. And first person I thought of was you, and I'm like, wow. I'm gonna give him a call in a few days and see how he's doing, and give you a call, in a few days and ask you how you're doing. And I'm sorry, about your loss, so.
Yeah, well, listen, don't worry about me and McAfee, okay? Because Mac's going to be all right, and I'm not convinced that he's dead, okay? Because, I mean, this is just reeks of another, Epstein suiciding himself, right? Kind of thing. There's that one still not resolved, so don't consider John McAfee resolved yet either, all right?
Okay, all right.
Just put it down to another one of the great mysteries of life. Now, I want to share something positive.
Go.
Okay? Last night, from the comfort of my own balcony, I had 4 unidentified aerial phenomenon, okay, that I witnessed. I witnessed 2 ultra-fast streaks shooting by towards the western sky, all right? And I also had a nice little satellite that was drifting overhead, but it wasn't luminous all the time. It would move a little bit, and then it would flash at me like it was taking a photograph of me looking at it from my balcony. Then it would move a little more, and it would flash again. And it moved a little more, and it would flash again. And then I had a nice other satellite that tracked east to west. So I'm going to say I had 4, but it was perhaps 3. But either way, these are record magnitude numbers of unidentified aerial phenomenon for me in one evening. And I mean, I've seen unidentified aerial phenomenon during this most recent period. God has spoken to me. Otherwise, he wouldn't have painted a brush stroke across the sky for me above Kelowna Airport one night when I was out. All right. But I had 3 UAP last night. And that to me tells me that if the skies are still singing and dancing for me, then there's still reason to have hope. Okay, and faith in God. That's all I got.
All right, Dr. Mysterio. I appreciate you coming on and giving us an update, and we'll talk soon, okay?
You're very welcome.
God bless you.
And I'll hope to see you soon, okay, buddy? And I'll hope to get back on, and all the best to your listeners. And just remember, the best is yet to come. All right? Take care. Bye-bye.
God bless. Bye. All right, Dr. Mysterio. Mystery. Okay, yeah, well, there's a lot of UFOs. We're going to do a UFO show next week, but we're going to do a prepping show next week because we have, let's do a quick plug here. We got our friend, Alaska Prepper, coming on next week on Mike in the Night. So, guys, do not unsubscribe to the old channel. I'm going to put videos on there, and I'm going to stream on here. So this way, we're not bogging down one channel so much. Blunt News is saying one of your better calls, Doc. Thank you. And good call, says Amy Burr. And UFOs don't exist. It's DARPA, says Tig Nim. Tig Nim needs to call. What's wrong with Tig Nim? Tig Nim never calls into the show. Everyone, if you're in the comments, I think Steven Seawell's never called in. I'm trying to see who hasn't called into the show. We need more people to call into the show. All right, let's go into a quick channel plug, and we're going to go to the next part of the show here. Guys, you need to bear with me because it is plus 41 degrees centigrade today, and this shirt is completely soaked. It's completely soaked. And I'm doing my best here for you guys because I love you guys. If I didn't love you guys, I wouldn't, you know what I mean? Oh, it's a hot one tonight. All right. So we're getting on a roll with calls tonight. All right, let's throw up a quick channel plug there. Let's do it backwards this time. Ralphie.co.New Zealand. Our music is brought by Ralphie.co.New Zealand. Check it out, and there's restreams of Mike in the Night here on Ralphie.co.nz, broadcasting from Auckland, New Zealand. Guys, don't forget to fund the Amerifornia Tour with Lord Humongous. Amerifornia Tour. going around collecting video. I told him to get a phone. Just get a good phone like I got, a decent phone, and get out and make videos. Artbydano.com, not your typical art. Check him out. He could commission you your own print. Send him a photo, and he could do it for you. Artbydano.com, not your typical art. You could find him on the Huntington Beach Pier in California. Guys, my store is up. I don't know if it's working right. Someone said they tried to order. They couldn't order something. So I think I worked out the kinks. MTG.toys. Merit Toys and Games. MTG.toys. There it is right there. Woo! All right, and Alaska Prepper coming on the show next week. We got Alaska Prepper coming on, Mike in the Night. If you guys want to join us with Alaska Prepper, we're going to go over some prepping tips, importance of prepping, and different tips and tricks that you could only know from masters like him who understand prepping and the importance of being prepared. This Wednesday show, Market Talk, we're just going to talk more inflation, how they're hiding it, Mickey Mouse, more Mickey Mouse inflation, and all kinds of stuff. And guys, if you need to contact me, please send me a message on Skype. Skype, for some bizarro reason, is so much easier for me to get through. I don't know why, but Facebook sucks. I have Facebook here. It is opening up. I've got another 1,000 followers here. I'm at 114,000 followers now. It is reopening, but no one's seeing my stuff. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's Facebook's deal. And don't forget to shop Mike Martin. He's right here. Mike Martin's I Love Amerifornia clothing is out. It's doing really well for us. And yeah, there's the channel, guys. We have 190 subscribers, and we have 118 people watching. So everyone's here tonight. So there it is there. And guys, I'm going to show you this. Guys.
Bayerisch, Leberkäse, meat slices, Leon.
Send me your videos, guys. If you want to send me a video through Skype, Mike Martin's 1980. Add me on Skype. You could send me a video. I'll put it up. Buddy showed us what he bought in Germany for X amount of dollars. And if you try to buy some of this stuff here, it'd be like $400. So I kind of wanted to show the quality of food in Germany. It looks so much far superior. And I kind of wanted to throw this out there. I did put it on the channel. So if you want to send me a video through Skype and you don't want to build a whole YouTube channel for a video, then go ahead and do that. And if you'd like, go ahead and send me the video on Skype. I'd be more than happy to share it on our channel if it's not going to get me shut down. So guys, Mike in the Night. It's 3 a.m. and something's moving you. All right.
I hate your guts.
Yeah. That's our soundboard there, kind of keeping things a little balanced.
Tito Santana.
Keeping it balanced here, because sometimes we get too, how do you say, serious. Too serious here sometimes, and I like getting serious, but I don't like to go crazy serious, where then we end up getting censored or shut down. Guys, because this is our first Mike in the Night live stream on this channel, is it okay if you guys, Matthew and Steven and all Blunt, if you guys could go on different Discords or different social media pages, throw this up there right now as it's live? Because people like to see, oh, this is live. What is this guy talking about, right? Right now. What's happening right now? So just go ahead and throw that up there if you don't mind, guys. Tig, everybody, LK is in the house. Go ahead and share this live right now. Okay, Anna Key's in lockdown. Okay, I don't know what the hell's going down. Okay, let's go over our top stories real quick before we go. We the Censored. Let's go over some top stories real quick. We'll only take a few seconds here. So we got the engineers warning the people that Miami condo tower collapse. This is like the Opal Tower in Australia, where they were dealing with this, and a couple of other towers in Australia where it started to fracture and fall apart. Guys, this is the huge protest that they're having in England this weekend, all weekend long in London. The streets are filled to the brim with protesters, anti-lock protesters, and I think the local media is spinning it as, from what I was told earlier, is that there's 90 people outside today in London on the streets, hooligans on the streets, and they were calling them 90 people. So there's 90 people right there, folks. There's more here. Hold on. Look at this street right here. Let me zoom this into article scan so you guys look at this here. Holy crap. So that's a lot of people. I think that's more than 90 people. What else is happening? Yeah, there's the photo right there. I'll show you guys. That's crazy. So China's rail spending spree in Africa is over, but it's still laying down the tracks. So China, I mean, this is a really recolonization of Africa. And it's getting bad. What else did we talk about tonight? We talked about gold. They're calling gold a relic, and it's, everyone should be, like, Bitcoin is the thing for youth. And, and this is it right here, gold. And, gold is here to stay. Gold's been around for thousands of years, and it's the only intrinsic value, the real intrinsic value they'll survive the test of time is gold. Fires destroy 2 more Catholic churches in Canada's Indigenous communities, and there's no mention of a hate crime in this because I guess it goes against the Catholics, right? And fail to curb immigration or anger fellow Democrats. Vice President Kamala Harris faces a no-win scenario in new role as Mexico border czar.
You're talking about all men.
And U.S. food banks warn of soaring prices will affect distribution. So that's going to be another major issue there. Guys, blackouts loom in California as electricity prices are absolutely exploding. So prices of electricity is out of control, and I think it's going to get a lot worse. Rolling blackouts, all this stuff. So Matthew is saying, Mike, in the night and all live streams, Australia has a lockdown on any public holiday, currently school holidays. Wow. All right, let's move on here. What's this? Rolling blackouts. A U.S. push to extend a cross-border aid opening is aimed at supplying terrorist groups and prolonging war in Syria. So that's what they're saying there. And unfortunately, we can't get anything from another source from the Middle East because this website has been seized. And tonight we're talking about the censorship. Bill C-35 is coming to a city near you. If your country speaks English, they're going to start passing hate speech laws. So if you do hate communism and go against the communism regimes, or you go against something bizarro that you feel that's harmful for your children or something, they're going to put you in jail, and they're going to fine you 70 large. 70,000, 70 large. Yes. So, Grindhouse Cartoons had a few drinks already. Yeah, Mitch Madden saying that farming water is to be shut down. So farming water. So I do have water barrels that do catch water from the eaves troughs. And it collects. It's got a tap at the bottom. It's got an overflow, so it's always fresh. I could filter that water if I need it. I could even dig for a well in my backyard if I really need water that bad. You know what I'm saying? Dano, so California, truly a wasteland. So what's going on in your neck of the woods? Let's get our next caller on. We got, who else do we have here? Somebody in Germany just messaged me. I don't know if Ricky Spanish. Wow, Ricky Spanish. I don't think. Well, no. Has he been on? Like, let me see if we can get a hold of Ricky Spanish.
Ricky Spanish.
I hope Ricky Spanish is okay. I haven't heard from Ricky Spanish now in a week. He was on our Discord. He picked up the phone. We talked to him for a bit, and then he disappeared. He was on Discord like 2 days ago. And if someone could message him on Discord and let him know we're looking for him, I just hope he's okay, because he likes to talk. Okay? And luckily, this bill hasn't been passed, because you talk about how you hate some beer, or you hate beer, or you hate the color of a car. They could put you in jail now for hate speech. There you go. Thank you. Forgiven says basically shared on 5 Telegram groups. Thank you so much for getting us out there. And your voice is on here, man. I'm just a mediator here in the middle. Okay, let's get Dano's been drinking. Maybe we should call Dano. I hope he's not operating a vehicle, as we call him. But let's find out what's going on with Dano in Huntington Beach, California. No answer. Hope he's okay. Hope he's okay. Hope he's okay. What else have we got here? I'm hot, guys. It's hot. Just confirming your channel, Mike. Hey, Mike, are you live tonight? Your channel looks like it's down. So I'm messaging people as we're live to let them know to come on this channel, guys. Because we are having... people don't know we're live, and that's becoming an issue. I'm just going through the names here. Matthew, pick up your phone. I'm going to call you. So Matthew's in Sydney, Melbourne, Australia. And I want to talk to him because they're in another lockdown. It could be the ball juice. Come on, Matthew. No one's picking up. Matthew, you there?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, how are you? Are you busy? Did I catch you at a bad time? I know it's Sunday afternoon there.
Yep, all good to go.
Okay, so Matt, you guys are back on lockdown?
No, Sydney is.
Sydney, did some guy cough somewhere?
And there was a so-called return flight from Sydney to Melbourne, and they're putting my area on alert.
Alert?
Yeah.
Who's telling you this?
The news.
The news! Oh! Thank God it's the news that's telling you this. The news is telling people. The new health authority is the news. So we were talking, I know you're watching, so we're talking about Bill C-36. What does it mean to you, Bill C-36, hate speech? What does that mean, Matthew, when you hear hate speech? What is it? What are they trying to get to here?
I'm trying to start looking into it, but it seems like it's just an excuse to censor more. Like anything that goes against their agendas, just to censor them more.
Do you think I could face jail time for hating the Communist Chinese Party?
It's a big thing to think about, but what if it comes to be that?
That's pretty bad because I mean, I hate anything communist is basically going against everything we fought for, right?
Yeah, but look at all the other channels that are being censored. They'd be up for the same thing, wouldn't they?
I guess.
Or anything anti-government.
Man, I don't know, man. It's I don't know. It's getting to a point where even Wikipedia, the encyclopedia, can't give us a definition on what is hate speech because it varies from country to country.
Yeah. That's funny. It's just going bananas.
What do you guys have there in Australia? I know there's some rules in Australia too that they passed late 2019 about some internet stuff. What was it again in Australia? It was like internet hate. It's the same thing like internet hate speech? What was it? I remember it.
I think Anna might know more about that than I do.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to touch base. So keep us in the loop where you're at. You're on alert for lockdown. Sydney's in lockdown. And what did you say? Public schools or school holidays are locked down too?
Yeah, in New South Wales and Sydney especially.
So how long before they remove, off the calendars like they were doing in, was it New Jersey or Pennsylvania, where they have to remove all the holidays so it doesn't offend anybody off the calendars?
I don't know, but it seems like they're really trying to stop all these public holiday things, or at least mess with it. Because it's been every public holiday they've come out and said, oh, there's cases, need to lock down or restrictions, whatever. And it's anything leading up to that, they say, oh, there's cases popped up out of nowhere. And now I've just seen then Northern Territory has one case. So I wouldn't be surprised if something goes on there soon.
Terrible. All right, Matthew. I wanted to get you on, get your feedback on that. We'll get you on again, and just keep us updated, because I didn't know there was a lockdown until you told us in the comments, and Anna told us. So keep us updated on what's happening in Australia, okay, brother?
Yeah, try get Anna on, because I think I've just seen Sydney is in lockdown for another 2 weeks.
Wow, as if the 50 weeks of lockdown weren't enough. All right, Matthew, God bless. We'll talk soon, okay?
Yeah, get Anna on next.
Cheers.
I would say. All right. Thanks, Mike.
So I wanted to call Matthew to kind of, because he's been commenting, he's been very vocal here in the comments section to find out what the heck is going on. But okay, well, let's look this up. Sydney in lockdown again. Why? Like, I mean, there's so much other things that are happening, and it's like, all right, Sydney in lockdown. Let's see what comes up. All right, let's see what they're telling us here. What are they selling us here on the news? What's the news? What is the news telling us? There you go. 7 minutes ago, Sydney COVID lockdown restrictions see the New Southwest update to COVID rules. Man, they keep renegotiating these piece of shit rules as they go along, and it's garbage. They keep renegotiating the deal as they see fit. COVID, New South Wales sees 30 new cases and Sydney locks down. Sydney, Australia's largest city, in 2-week hard COVID. Oh, God, from a day ago. Man, when is this going to end? Like, why is this happening? I understand it's control. I understand it's Agenda 2030. I understand. But why are people allowing this? Delta balls. Hard lockdown. Now they have words. They make up this bullshit as they go along. They use bullshit words like movement strategist. What was it? Movement strategist. Someone that dictates what highways and stuff needs checkpoints and where people are going. Movement strategist, analysis, health, regional distributor, logistics. It's like all this garbage to keep making up. Someone's asking, what is a snap lockdown? I don't know, man. Use your imagination and you'll find out. It's whatever they like. They keep creating language and they're attacking us with language, and they're using language against us.
Ricky Spanish.
I don't know, man. It's sad. So let's get someone else. Let's get Anna on for a few minutes here. I just want to know for sure, where is she? Where is she? I have her on my favorites. It's really hard to find favorites here sometimes. Where is she? I'm not seeing her here on my Skype. Why? She didn't change her picture, did she? But she's not showing on my Skype. I get that a lot where people that are on my bests or... Okay, here we go. Chatted 14 days ago. All right.
Hello, Mike. How are you doing?
Hi, Anna. Good to hear from you. Can you report to us what's happening there on the ground in Australia? Apparently, there's another lockdown?
Yeah, it occurred literally in 4 hours. We had 4 hours notice. A few areas in Sydney were given lockdown in the morning, and by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the entire Greater Sydney, 6 million people were told to stay home. You have to hang on a sec.
Under whose
I've got
order?
the speaker off and I can't really hear you. Something's going wrong. I'll have to call you back.
Okay. All right, Anna's going to call us back. 6 million people in lockdown is no joke. 6 million people going into lockdown with no notice is not a joke. So it's almost like, why? Like, come on, this is getting old, man. Anna, this is totally getting old. It's getting really old, and it's starting to stink now.
A stink.
The situation, you know what it is okay. You know when you get a fish and you forget to refrigerate it and it starts to stink and a couple of weeks go by, it's like completely, you go back to that area where you found it and it stinks even worse.
So
this is what it is.
It is. It's just getting kind of. I think there's a lot of mental abuse going on. You know, everybody right now, I'm sure, is just totally confused. New South Wales was deemed, the state that didn't lock down, and they get the, your classic Delta ball juice variant, and all of a sudden it's become the enemy of the people. And I just posted something on the discourse that basically says, I saw within a week, sort of
I'm just trying to see here. Yeah, here it is.
Tests, and there's 103 people, and 30 of them are in quarantine. Like a whole pile of them are in quarantine, and they're erring on the worst case scenario for everything. So they're literally saying that two people passing in a shop can give each other the virus being in the same airspace.
I don't know. This is really starting to stink. It's getting so bad that it stinks now. And I don't know what to, like, I don't know why. Like, so now let's go over around the globe here. So we're talking to you from Australia. Let's go around the globe here to England. And right now, huge anti-lockdown protests hits London. And I'm not finding this anywhere, but on Russia Today, I can't find a lot of this, like, good stuff with all these videos and making sure that, the stuff's all legit. It's not fake news. We can't find it in any other media. I mean, you don't find this in Australia media.
Well, they're not going to encourage anybody to do anything that they shouldn't and go against the propaganda of the mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just too many people on the tit, so to speak, and there's too many people over 50 who are freaked out because they want the rest of their life to go on as per normal, and they're just destroying every small business. But in the whole side of it, they're taking the small businesses, ripping them to bits, throwing them a few bucks, and going, "It'll be all right." And then then behind the scenes, the government are basically setting up their business. It won't be long; they'll be in the business of cafes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like they're taking over small business, and then basically putting the control into large corporations, and small businesses really where common sense resides.
Right.
It's where critical thinking resides. These people, I mean, I've been in small business for a really long time, and I encounter these other people that are sort of inside a government body that, work the 9 to 5. They don't have to worry about anything. They just get their paycheck and they just get their raise, 2.5% raises every week. They operate inside all of the woke bullshit. And yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but it's just nutsville what's sort of happening. I just think the destruction of common sense, critical thinking, and anybody that's got any reason or rationale is, those people are being wiped out.
And if a mom and pop's business or honest business, well, I like to call it a mom and pop's because I own a small family business, and we like to call it honest business because we don't get the advertising like the bigs do. We don't get the financing when the tax cuts like the bigs do. We are honest business and we work hard,
Oh yeah. Well, they're being destroyed in this country. They're being destroyed in your. They're being destroyed globally.
Hmm.
So
And the
all the
mentality
small
spread,
businesses
like
are.
in the town I'm in, everyone hates me for having a business in town, a toy store.
Yeah,
So you see,
yeah.
the mentality is big. It's not just in the big cities. It's all over. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Yeah, yours is a really odd one with that guy.
Hmm.
He's just one of those not in my backyard kind of people. You've come in, created competition, and he hates you.
Hmm.
It's really quite simple. He just hates. He had it all to himself, had a lovely time, and all of a sudden somebody came in, probably, smarter, brighter, more active, more mobile, more, capable, came in and made him look bad. And
Hmm.
so he's got a hate fest going on for you.
Hmm.
But I mean, you can't avoid envy and jealousy.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's really, I mean, you've got to sort of take that as a, badge of honor, really. The
Hmm.
guy hates you. Fantastic. You're doing something right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But talking about censorship, in Australia, we've got exactly that. It's already came in back in 2015. That law that you're talking about,
C-36 in Canada.
what is it? Yeah, we've got a C-18. Isn't it lovely how they all start with numerals and letters and things? But yeah, we had C-18, and a big case came forward in about 2016 where it was inside the University of Queensland, and they basically said that the computer lab was only allowed for Aborigines on a given time slots and given days.
Hmm.
So they segregated the Aborigines inside the Queensland University to have their space in the computer lab, and it was only for them. And some non-Indigenous university students got onto Facebook and complained about it because they called it reverse racism. Well, these Aboriginal students then went to one of the bureaucracies that control the racial vilification laws and said, we're being vilified on Facebook by these two students. And the two students ended up being charged. One of them basically paid a $5,000 fine and to make it go away. Another one took it all the way to the court. They got a lot of backing, and it got cancelled.
Yes.
But
anytime the court sees that the ruling or the rulers are going to lose because they don't have a case, they actually just cancel or throw it out of court.
Yeah. I mean, you've got students basically making and it was reverse racism. You can't say it wasn't. It wasn't inclusive, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that sort of thing has been going on and is being fought constantly in Australia. But the worst part about it is that those two students, their lives were destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take them a really long time to get over it.
Okay.
And yeah,
I got a question for you from Matthew. He's asking, ask Anna about police accessing QR login details in Australia instead of only being for contact tracing.
Oh, yeah. That would be true. Absolutely. I mean, they're trying to sort of find ways to find people because they, the police are desperately trying to find the limo driver who took the international stewards and pilots from the Sydney airport to their quarantine hotel, and he hadn't had a vaccination, and so he was the one that caught the COVID from them, and then he took it home to his wife, and they went shopping in the local major shopping complex, and that then spread out everywhere else. But they were literally, the police were involved to try and find out if he could be sort of charged and fined. So the fact that they're going to access those QR codes, I mean, good grief, of course. I mean, they've got powers to access anything right now. Even if you think you're safe from the police not wanting to get you in any which way, you're kidding yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like even the crypto people, they've got to be shaking in their boots.
Mm-hmm.
They think they're all kind of running safe. They're not. If they want to get you, they'll get you. If they want to cause you great grief, they'll give you grief. The QR codes, I mean, I can't find them in, like this is another bizarre thing. I spent a lot of time in South Australia where it does make sense, the contact tracing, and just lock somebody down so they don't make a whole pile of people sick. Fair enough. That's the way it's going right now. And it's all set up so that everybody gets their vaccination, and they're telling you, you get your vaccination, we get herd immunity, we get back to some semblance of normal life. But it will be normal in one way, but it certainly won't be normal in another, because they've now got you. They've got you with the QR codes. They've got you with the MyGov IDs. They've got you with all of the apps and everything that you've gotten yourself involved in over the last 2 years to keep the country safe.
Mm-hmm.
So they've sort of got
in the
you
name
there,
of keeping you safe.
In the name of keeping you safe, they've wrapped you up in all of the digital data.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe, I can't, and like to knock out a business and then say, well, you've got to bring down this app and you've got to photograph your passport, your driver's license, your birth certificate, send it all to them, send your address, you name it, your first, like your blood type, everything that you can, so that you can actually access the PPP loans. I know that, I don't know. That's what they call them in America. I don't know what they call them here. A job keeper, that's right. Job keeper,
forbearance,
job seeker. All those sort of things, because they've wiped you out. They've made you hand yourself over digitally, and then I keep losing my thread. I'm still a little lost. This whole lockdown, I went out yesterday, everything was fine. There was only a few little suburbs that were in lockdown, and then by 6 o'clock, so within 4 hours, I was in lockdown.
Hannah, I'm sorry to hear that this is happening, but you need to keep us updated. You and you guys, everybody on the channel. Apparently there's like a small community of people in Australia that are talking to each other now that met through this channel too, right? Because it's very hard to find like-minded people.
Well, it is difficult because we're being wiped out. I'm sorry, that sounds really quite doom and gloomy, but we are, I think we are being wiped out. I mean, I just spent some time yesterday with someone that's had a lot of people that's sort of family networkers all through the UK, and we were having one of those cafe discussions of open people, and she was sort of saying that she's lost 4 family members, but she included one that was a miscarriage. Like they're making a big deal out of it. Some people just love this stuff, and they love to sort of basically make claim that they know everything. Everybody's trying to get something on someone else around. They know something more. Mm-hmm. Or they've got more, they're arguing their point. She was arguing the point that COVID is real and 4 of her family members had died. Well, one was a miscarriage. Mm-hmm. Like it's all this exaggeration. Don't let the facts get in the way of a good story or to win your argument. And this is happening absolutely everywhere. I had to walk out. I couldn't deal with it. But but there you are. I'm having that kind of time, and talking to a person from the Ukraine, and he's Eastern Bloc, so of course he was like-minded. He knows what communism is all about, and knows what all of this is leading to. Right. And but she wouldn't have it because she's from England, and she doesn't understand communism. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like people truly don't know the insidious nature of communism. how it works. They don't understand propaganda, and they don't understand, how they've been manipulated, and social behavioural manipulation. Nobody seems to kind of get it, and they don't want to get it because it makes them seem like they're not very smart.
Right.
And so they're fighting for their I'm cleverer than you. I'm smart. And they, like
Oh,
they
I love
won't
the
admit
science
that
people.
they don't
I
know
believe in
something.
science. You're a man of God. You're nothing. It's like,
Oh yeah. The whole science thing, that's so segregated, and
science is a religion.
It's become its new religion. Yes, I always sort of watched the changeover from religion to science, and the atheism in between, and the agnostics all in between, and everyone sort of vying for their place. And what I've discovered is that the original sin that we kept everybody, the religion kept everyone in check on, is now been transferred to environmentalism, and you are sinful just for existing on the planet.
Right.
So anyway, I've just digressed. I think I'll move sideways.
We're talking this through. It's okay. I'm here. We're all here. All right, Anne, I'm going to let you go. It's been a great 20 minutes talking, and yeah.
Gotta go quick.
We'll get some point of views from maybe a different part of the world, but keep us posted on what's happening in Australia. Thank you for participating in our Discord.
One little thing. Watch Australia blow up. It's about to happen. That when Matthew mentioned about the guy that left New South Wales and ended up in a gold mine in Northern Territory. It's a 9,000 working mine, and there's a lot of fly-in, fly-outs. And if he has got the ball juice variant on him in that mine with the 9,000 fly-in, fly-outs, it's going to go all over Australia, everywhere. So that is the interesting one, and that could be the big blow-up of this country.
Okay, Anna. We'll keep Australia in our prayers, and we'll stay in touch and keep us updated, please. Okay.
Okay.
God bless you.
Okay. Bye. Take care.
Bye. That is Anna Key from Australia, just outside of Melbourne, and giving us a little insight on what is happening in Australia. They're back in lockdown. Oh God, it's a never ending. It's just never ending. It doesn't end. It's like, which one do you want to see, guys? There's a lot of them here. Back in massive hard lockdown for 2 weeks. This has got to be depressing. It has to, but we need to talk our way through this as a group. See, Sydney lockdown, workers unable to claim local COVID payments. Federal government squandered our precious COVID advantage. Now Sydney is in lockdown. Oh my God, there's so many tug of wars happening, and it's a war in the media that people get distracted with. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a war in the media where it distracts people is what it is. Okay, let's get Nitin in from India. There's something major happening in his neck of the woods, so I'm just going to get him on right now. No. So he's sending me this from the Hindu Times. Do this later. Chinese S-400 systems across LAC forces India to rethink air defense. Oh my God. I knew this India slash... can I come on the show? Yes, I'm calling you, buddy. Where are you? All right, he's not answering. He is not answering the phone. Okay. All right. He's in India. I know it's like really early in the morning there, but I think we got people in Europe watching us too, so... All right, so we got... Oh, here he is, Nitin. Yo, Nitin, what's up, brother? How you doing? Hope everything's well.
Hello?
Hey.
Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Are you on the streets there?
Oh, yeah, Mike, I'm actually out.
Nice.
Finally, after like one and a half month, I'm actually out.
So, the lockdowns in India are lifted? Are you guys out? Everything is back to normal?
currently we've been having curfews. Other than that, we're okay. But pretty soon they're going to have another lockdown. They're saying that the Delta variant is like the tsunami, and I'm
The
pretty sure
Delta
they'll have
variant
another
is now
lockdown.
the tsunami.
Yes. So one of my friends just sent me some information saying that in the north, the Delta variant is like covering a lot of people. There have been a lot of cases. So I'm pretty sure there'll be another lockdown.
My God. My God. Okay, you sent me something about these Chinese S-400 systems.
Yeah, Mike, they've been tactically placing some missiles around the border.
Which do you know where exactly? Is it closer to the northeast part of India or the well, it's got to be northeast part of India, right?
It is the northeast. So they're tactically placing these missiles.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I don't know how people are going to react.
Okay, because this is going to be.
And there's a lot of things happening inside the country, Mike. Like a lot of people don't know. It's not getting out.
So tell
Information
us,
is being suppressed. So I'll
what's
start
being
with the
oppressed?
farmers thing.
What can you tell us,
Hello?
my friend?
Yeah, I'll start with the farmers thing. It's been 8 months, and finally the farmers have lost it, and they're like trying to get a lot of media coverage. For the last few months, the information about them has been suppressed,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're trying to get those information out. So that is something they're really trying very hard. And today, I think 3 to 4 metro stations in the capital have been shut down because of the protest.
Well, I'm getting some photos here of the farmers' protests in India because people won't believe how many millions of people attended these protests. So here it is from India. What's happened is, guys, is there's been a major issue in the last 50 weeks with the Indian government trying to corporatize or reissue land and stuff from farmers that have been farming on their land for I don't know how many centuries. And the government is trying to corporatize or becoming more, I guess, towards the globalization thingy, right?
Yeah, Mike.
So these protests with, but the problem is, hold on, let's do a connection game. Let's play connecting dots, okay? Farmer protests. Nobody's working the farms. Protests continue for, I don't know, 40, 50 weeks. People in small towns starve to death.
Mike, the farmers are very smart in this case. They're actually having people work their lands,
Okay.
so that though they protest, they have some income coming in. And they are very organized in this protest. They have everything what they need: doctors, food, tents, everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so
And
what
that's
else is
not all,
going on?
Mike. Because of this lockdown, the farmers produce are not being able to leave the border, like each state's border.
Mm-hmm.
The local prices have gone up, Mike. Like I'm staying in Bangalore, but I actually since the lockdown lifted out, I actually moved to my native yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, the amount of things I had to get through. I had to get a PCR test. I have to like each state I had to like show the document and like, did you get the vaccination? I said no. Why don't you get the vaccination? They're literally harassing people.
Mm. So, yeah, this is major. This is like a major deal, and I don't know why this is getting back page or nobody knows about this.
That's all. That's not all. Fine. There's a lot of things behind this protest, and now the local vendors, like the small businesses, they have to up their prices. Like for the vegetables, the meats, the fishes, the local produce, they have to up the prices. But when you check the big box store, their prices are way low,
The
and
bigs are
people are
getting bigger.
yes, and people are actually going to these big shops and getting these things, like the big box stores, because it's cheaper there.
Yeah, so
Like
the bigs are getting bigger,
end
and
of the
that's
day,
becoming a
a
major
common man
issue.
thinks about his own pocket, right? So if there is a little small discount, we actually go there. That's
Mm.
how they actually prey on us, man.
They prey on people with discounts. Wow. All right, next major issue. What else is going on in India that we need to know?
Mike, I sent you a few articles about an island in Lakshadweep that's in the Arabian Sea of India. Did you have a chance to look at those?
I'm going to look at admin for postal. I'm just trying to see which one. Explained why no Lakshadweep police. No,
Yes,
I'm not.
that's the one.
Oh, is
That's
it?
the
Okay,
one.
go ahead. Tell us what's the deal with this.
Okay, this is the this particular island is very tropical, and it's in the south side of India, and the weather conditions are very close to Maldives. A
Okay.
small population stay there, and most of them are Malayalis. That's the regional language spoken there. And this place is not a state. This is actually a union territory, which is under the control of the government, central government. And what they do is, they actually got an administrator who actually looked into this local affairs. The moment he took charge, first thing he did was ban beef. He banned beef, saying that we are not supposed to eat beef, and the local population there is majority is Muslims. So for Muslims, beef is a staple food. So they first hit that nail first, and this particular area is full of fishermen, local fishermen. And the next thing he does is takes a bulldozer and wrecks all the fishing huts.
What?
Yes. He wrecks all the fishing huts.
Wow.
Oh, things get even better, Mike. That's not even the highlight of this. And people were trying to get the stories out, like the local channels, and they were blackballed.
Yeah, I heard a lot of journalists in India have been getting arrested.
Then this particular incident was so, like, the situation was going so pathetic that the government explanation was so bad. They're saying that we banned beef, but you can actually have seafood, you can have eggs, you don't need beef. Like, I don't know why is the government dictating what we eat. I mean, isn't that the violation of our rights?
I think if you could afford to buy it, you should be allowed to eat it, right?
Mike, they want to play the rules, Mike. They want to play God here. And after that, they actually banned internet there. Since it's a remote island, communication happens through internet. And the southern state of the country, Kerala, actually took up the cost, saying
I
that
heard they're banning internet in different parts of India and Pakistan if they don't get the vax either.
Yeah, it's been going around, Mike. And and some film stars, some local celebrities, they actually tried to bring up this particular topic, and they were hit with a smear campaign. One of the actresses was arrested for sedition.
Wow. So anyone that goes against the status quo gets smeared, just like anybody that wants to make change for better.
Yeah, Mike, that's the issue. And on top of that, people were literally protesting there, and there was no coverage.
Of course, there's no coverage. They're not going to cover these multi-million people protests with farmers for the last 50 weeks. God forbid they do that.
Mike, everyone were up in arms. And after that, what the government does is they actually take their own flag and put in lands and saying that this land belongs to the government.
Yeah.
I mean, people who live in those lands for like generations, they're saying that this does not belong to you. Get out.
They're just throwing people off their own land. Yeah, this corporatizing of land, taking people's land, governance taking over, governments using that lower prices at the big stores to get rid of honest business. It's scary.
Mike, this is all a front, Mike. Today morning, a news just popped out, and it's not yet hit the major media. They just said that they're going to lease out those lands for private corporations.
That's right.
In the prefix of developing tourism. For 75 years, they're going to lease the land, and they're going to build a lot of things. I mean, they have treated those people miserably. I mean, the ships, they want to first privatize the ferries which goes there. It takes like 20 hours to get there.
Whoa.
On sea. and they want to privatize those. They want to privatize the air ambulances. I mean, people will not be able to afford it.
Yeah, that's
They
not a good. This is
purposefully.
not good. This is not good. India is going through a major issue, and none of it is. And there's major. We're talking huge movements happening there, and none of it's being covered. None of it none of it's seeing the light. It's not. The West isn't seeing this. Nobody's seeing this. It's a major issue. All right, listen. It's a bit noisy where you are, but
Sorry, Mike. This is a village, so there's a lot of wind coming in.
yeah. Don't worry about it. When you get situated, we'll get you on the show again the week after or the next week, whenever you like, and we'll get you back on to update us on what's happening there on the front lines. And I would like, get some. You could make a video if you'd like and send it to me on Skype. If it's under 3 minutes, I could see the whole video and I could put it on my YouTube channel if you want to report for the channel. Okay?
Yeah, Mike. I'll do that.
Thanks. I appreciate it, Nitin.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you all.
God bless you. All right, guys, that is Nitin in India. He's been covering and giving us an update on what's happening with this multi-million farmer protest. Like millions, we're talking. At one point, they got 260,000 people protesting. They're taking away land. They're I guess deregulating the land. The government's taking people's land and deregulating it and making it. Wow, land is going to be a massive hard commodity to come by, with the price of housing and the price of everything, right? Yeah, it's Mike in the Night, guys. It's 3 a.m. and something's moving you. What time is it? 9 o'clock? I got 55 minutes. It's a 3-hour show, guys. So go ahead and share this to your friends. Get this out there. I'd like to know, what expand our thing here. All right, I need to get Bill C-36 we're talking about tonight. We, the Censored. Liberals introduced bill to fight online hate with criminal code amendments. So you can't dislike anything or say you dislike something specific that is based on race, national or ethnic origin, language, color, religion, sex, age, mental or physical disability, sexual orientation, gender identity or expression, or any other similar factor. So that's become a major, major issue. And, it's hot. I'm completely soaked here tonight on Mike in the Night. All right. Anarchy people that say anarchy in Australia saying people that from New South Wales are still being turned away at interstate airports. All right. Okay, who do you guys want to hear from? Let's get Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I could hear you. How you doing? This is Layla guys coming from Cairo, Egypt, broadcasting from Cairo, Egypt. So tell us, you
not for long.
Huh?
Maybe not for long anymore.
Why? Where are you going?
I don't know, but I think I'm gonna make a move soon. Things might be heating up here a little bit.
What's happening? Can you report on? Can you report?
A little bit, not too much, because I'm advised not to really talk about it. But it appears that the Muslim Brotherhood, they are very unhappy with the guy. There's been a lot of executions, and they're losing patience with him. I don't know if you know a little bit about the history, Mike, but he came into power after taking over the Mursi guy.
I remember him, the guy that gave 3 pieces of bread a day, right?
That's right. So he died in prison. I think they tortured him and stuff. And he has his people, of course. The Muslim Brotherhood are very powerful. They're very dangerous. They're very well organized and all of that. And a lot of people dislike them, actually, across all of the Arab world. But and the whole world, actually. But he's been a little bit heavy-handed, apparently. And so they're starting to lose patience. And on top of that, there's a whole lot of prophecy stuff coming out, and a lot of people are obsessed with this year. I mean, Muslims are really, really committed, let's say. And so they're saying that starting August, there's going to be signs, and in September, there could be a complete turnover of the situation. So I keep this, I watch this stuff very closely, and I recently found myself a chat room. So I've been tuning in and just, trying to get a sense of how they're seeing things or what's going on. That chat room that I've tuned into, he seems to be really well aware of stuff. He's in the Muslim Brotherhood. Of course, I don't know him. I just tune in. And his most recent video was about Albert Pike, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, that's good. So they don't like the vaccine. They don't like the IMF. They're seeing all of this as the satanic program
They're
and
seeing
stuff.
it for
and of
what
course,
it is what it is.
I think so. Yeah. But of course, they have their prophecy, and they they wait on that. So it's very possible that, well, I don't know how very possible it is. It is possible, and that there could be a situation coming up.
Well, we're
so
5 weeks. We're 5 weeks out, so we'll see what happens.
yes.
We're 5 weeks out, and I don't know. Maybe you should get out of Egypt for now. I mean, where can you go? You can't go to.
In a bit.
You can't go
I don't
to.
know. I don't
was
know.
thinking
I don't have that
Lebanon
settled.
used to be a beautiful country. Is that okay
Oh,
there?
disaster.
It's
It's a disaster
okay,
right
20
now.
years ago, it was
Yeah.
a great country to be in.
Oh, forget it.
Okay,
Forget it. Lebanon is a disaster. Yeah,
okay,
the
Lebanon.
inflation
I'm
is
just trying to think. Where can you?
Venezuela.
Okay,
I was thinking Armenia.
Oh, what about
Can you hear me?
Azerbaijan?
And no, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think that would be a little bit like, I don't think I'd be able to get around. I don't think they have languages there, things like that. I don't know. We'll see, Mike. I can't go right away. I need to finish some things and then move on. But yeah, so that's the nutshell for what's going on
Wow.
here.
That's kind of wow. I mean, you can't find. We look
Yeah.
this stuff up. This stuff doesn't exist. You have to get it from people reporting on the ground.
Totally. No, there's no news. Forget the news. Forget the whole media. And even what's going on after the situation in Palestine. I was telling you, there's daily there are killings and pillages, and they're still going ahead with the settlements and things like that. It's like a mini war going on still in Palestine,
But that's
but
why
you're
they
not
got
going
rid
to
of
hear
Press
it.
TV.
I think the Press TV thing might be about. It might be about the president being really, really like a real hardliner. So he won't meet with Biden. He doesn't care about the U.S. And I don't think there's going to be a nuclear deal with him. And I think he's just going to, like whatever.
Okay,
so
but
Saudis are scared.
why would the
Everyone in the Gulf is
president
scared.
of any country care about any other? Is any like I think the I'll give you an example. I think the Prime Minister of Canada needs to, okay, well, you had the Prime Minister of Canada hating on Donald Trump and vice versa. So, but they still met. So they still did. You know what I'm trying to say? If they want to dislike each other, they're allowed to. But if Iran dislikes something, it becomes automatically like it's a huge thing and they're insulting us. You know what I'm saying? Let's shut them down.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the situation with Iran has been really tense, and then Trump did a whole lot of mistakes with Iran, not least of which the Soleimani thing. And so, I mean, in a way, why should they be patient with the U.S. anymore? Seriously.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
If I were in their shoes, I would never do a nuclear deal. Never.
Sure.
The nuclear is the equivalent of the Second Amendment at the level of nations. There is no geopolitical superpower that needs to give up its Second Amendment, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't agree with the nuclear deal, but I think they were interested in it because it had, I don't know how they assess the trade and stuff, but right now it's not going anywhere. And the whole Gulf region is terrified because he's apparently much harsher than the other guy. And so let's see, it's still too early to tell. But I think they're moving ahead with things like oil and, shipping to different places, shipping to Syria, the other relationships in the region. I mean, these were signed before he came in anyway. So that's moving ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So now let's jump on. Canada. You lived in Canada. You understand Canada. Are you surprised they're trying to passed this bill to fight online hate, and Bill C-36. What do you feel? Well, I mean, C-36. Sorry, Bill C-36. I mean, I know in Canada is not an option for you to move to. So, I mean, is Canada? I mean, do you see it as that bad? Like, speaking.
Well, why don't you tell me? You're the one on the ground, right?
No,
I mean, I know
I'm
you're
saying
not.
in your point of view, from not wanting to come or like re-immigrating or coming back to Canada to work, is Canada really that bad for you? Like, or do you see it as that bad in comparison to other countries? Right.
I don't know. You know, it's all relative to the time and place.
Right.
Right now, no, I mean, I don't close any doors, you know what I mean? Because I'm nomadic at heart, and and my situation is the way it is. But right now, I think Canada is looking really scary, really. I mean, you know, Bill C-36, Bill C-10, all the other Christmas bills, as you like to call them, whatever they are, and they're in the works. This is really not looking good. This Bill C-36 is basically going to scare everyone into silence. You know, because like your first caller, he was saying, you know, you can just raise it on the other person. You know, someone complains about you, you'll find something about them, you'll complain about them. You know, it's going to be never ending. So what that does, it's a bit like when everyone has weapons. Like, you know that everyone has weapons, so you're not going to be stupid enough to fire a weapon, right? Because you know you can get it back. So it just, you know, keeps everyone in place. It just basically silences everyone. It becomes like a mutual control. I think that's really, really bad. And I mean, you know, when you look at the list of all of the things that, what do they call them? The grounds for discrimination. This list of areas that are considered basis for discrimination, that basically covers everything. So the one thing, you know, we're not going to be worrying about is talking about the weather, for example, right? Or talking about what you did today, you know, like really silly. Like, it's going to destroy all conversation, because it's really these topics that are on this list that are worth any conversation, you know, that are worth any heated conversation or debate, you know, and that can escalate to what they call hate speech, you know.
Wow. I mean,
that scholar, he was saying it was going to decentralize social media. I don't think so. I think it's the opposite. I think it's going to centralize social media. It's going to centralize what, you know, what is acceptable on social media, and then all of the social media companies are going to have to align with it, because they have to align with the laws of the jurisdiction they operate in. So Google Canada and YouTube Canada and Facebook Canada and whatever else Canada, you know, they have to align with that in the same way that they do in other countries with other laws like advertising laws, you know, censorship laws or content laws, you know, things like that. You know, it's just going to fall into that. So I think, no, on the contrary, it's ever more centralized.
Interesting. Yeah, because this is so Bill. People just joining in, tuning in. Bill C-36 will allow a person to appear before a provincial court with the Attorney General's consent if the person fears that another will commit an offense of motivated by. Fear that commit an offense motivated by bias, prejudice, or hate based on race, national or ethnic origin, language, color, religion, sex, age, mental or physical disability, sexual orientation, gender, identity, or expression, or any other similar factor. So if someone tries to apply for a job and they don't qualify for the job, they could just use this. They could pick something out of this list and use it against the employer.
Yeah, possibly, although that's not really on the list of what they call basis for discrimination grounds, you know, but they can turn it personal, for example, and say, oh, he didn't hire me because I'm this or that, you know, and they're going to investigate. And the thing is, people are going to be suing each other left, right, and center, and it's going to cost so much money. It's going to be a lot of bureaucracy, and I think it's just going to become like, it's going to become in the atmosphere. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to create a culture of fear and oppression in the same way that COVID created this culture of, you know, people snitching on each other. You know, if you cough or sneeze. You know what I mean?
You order Kentucky Fried Chicken for 10 people, they call the police.
Right.
Remember, we were covering that last year in mid 2020 in Australia. Kentucky Fried Chicken was calling the police on people that ordered a meal for up to. Sometimes I would be home, like back in the day when my parents would go to the cottage. I would order KFC for an entire weekend, so I'd order a feast, right? For like 10 people, but I'd eat it myself over a weekend, right? So what if that's the case? What if someone's ordering a feast for themselves for the next 3 days, then they get the police call on them? Like, it's crazy.
It's really bad. This is really not good. I don't know, Mike. I don't know. I'm telling you, the writing is on the wall, on the floor, on the doors, on the windows, on the ceiling. It's everywhere. I mean, it's time for Plan B, C, and D.
I mean, we like it's like we can't criticize anything anymore. Like we get like basically shut down for criticizing what the media is trying to tell us, or questioning what they're trying to tell us.
You know, I started to feel that really early on when I was in Canada. Like, I was surprised. When this, I think the trans thing came in, and I would comment online. I was shocked a little bit at the aggression, and I was threatened that people would take my information and report me to my workplace. I got that online, and immediately I was not prepared for this. And that's when I come from a place, that can be really, really oppressive, and I didn't expect that at all. It's like all of the things you expect. I expected, we're just almost the complete opposite. And so that's when I started to really pull back and to really become aware of what is going on and how toxic and how bad things are. And so now it's just going to be more full blown, and then it's moving to the internet. You know what I mean? And in all cases before, like, people would tweet stuff, for example, and they would get fired. That happened a lot with Trump, for example. Remember, it was already happening in different places in the US. I think it happened in Canada. So now it's just official. You can just go raise a complaint, and here you go. I don't know. This is really, really bad. It's the end.
Blunt News has a good question in the comments. Where do you go? The whole world is falling for this garbage.
Yeah, I don't know. You're going to have to go where you are an expat, so that you don't feel the baggage of the culture you're from. Do you know what I mean? And also to stretch your dollars. Do you know what I mean? So it becomes like a very so first you're going to spend you're going to be on your own. Okay, so prepare that if you're going to be nomadic like I am, it's a lot of time on your own. I don't know how nomadic families operate. I'm not so sure nomadism is for families, but I mean, you do find them. And then it's a bit surreal, It's like, I don't know, Mike. It's just been a strange experience, really surreal. I lost all ground. And it's just like a waiting game, it's just a bizarre experience. Now I can't deny that I have a really good life here. I exercise, I eat really well, I live on my own time. I work online, I do my thing. It's nice, but it is a completely different way of existing, I think.
Okay. So where do you? So, yeah, we're gonna, we'll research and we'll look around at different places that might, but where can you run away? It's like it's not running away. It's about being productive, but yet contributing, but and feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like feeling like. A lot of people want to feel productive in life, and a lot of people want to go back, like with these lockdowns. And then, what do you think? How do you feel about this 2-week lockdown, last second, 1 hour notice in Sydney, Australia?
I know. Yeah, look, Mike. Just before I answer, I'm just looking at some comments, and Banks is like, this is the end. This is the end of free speech. I think that's not what I meant. I didn't mean it's the end of the world. Not being silly like that, but it's clearly the end of total free speech. And it was already getting there with Bill C-16 anyway. Yeah, so the lockdown in Australia, I think they're starting to now train people on, there can be a lockdown anytime. I think this is going to be vital when the climate lockdowns come in, the cyber attacks, the power outages and things like that. They seem to be starting to train people to lock down on the spot,
Yeah, remember? I don't
It's
know. Well, I don't remember this because I wasn't born. But they would train the kids to get under the desks in case of nuclear fallout. They'd ring the bell in the school. They ring the bell in the schools, and kids will go under the desk and duck and cover.
yeah, that will help definitely.
And that's how they started to program people into fear, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Though you probably won't have time if there's a nuclear
But you know what I'm
bomb.
saying. They were just preparing,
Yeah,
but there was nothing
totally.
to prepare. You know what I'm saying? It was just.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, honestly, Mike, this whole China-Russia thing, for example, in the US, if you just look at that, okay, this is fear-mongering, okay? And and like the Iran thing, for example, this is a constant reminder of people like America, we are being attacked by China. Oh, Russia wants to take over, or Russia is taking over our government, and it's like this constant Hollywood style garbage. That is not what is happening, first of all. And second, you don't need to transmit it this way. Like, this is silly, So they have a lot of this melodrama going on and sensationalism, which is typical of everything American media, So it's the same thing. This whole China thing, this whole Russia thing, it's the same idea. That's not what, they sit at the table every other day. They're on the phone every other day. It's not like we're being attacked like there's an alien invasion. It's ridiculous, but yet that's how they transmit it. That's how that's how they're constantly telling you they stole our jobs. No. Your government sold your jobs to them.
Yes.
So it's the same idea. It's the same idea. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mike, tell me.
I got Matthew Elo. He was on the show earlier. He should have mentioned this. He mentioned that the military or something now are doing the jabs now, from what I heard.
So, yes, they are.
Australian military or something.
Yeah, and I saw a video today, everywhere. I saw a video today about what's going on in the care homes in Germany. And I'm going to send it to you. Mike, it's horrible. They were forcing them. Okay? There is no more talk, okay, about this. These people were being forced.
Were we talking about a door-to-door thing, or was it more?
No, inside the care homes.
Oh, okay, I understand now. Yes.
They were being forced. They were helpless. They are weak and old. And there's footage. There are videos that you can see for yourself. And there was also that, I forgot to post it on the Discord since last week, that India one, same story.
The India one. Yeah. You've been very active. Let me see if I have you, Layla here on Discord. Yeah, Layla's on Discord too, guys. Also, if you want to join our Discord, let me see if I could invite. Let me see if I could do this again. There's a weird way to invite people to the channel. I don't. It's just weird, is all.
Don't you just post the link?
No, it doesn't work like that. You have to go in. You have to create a link, and once you create the link, it's weird. I think Blunt's watching. Blunt, put the link in for the Discord here. I can't find the button.
Yeah, he's really good with Discord. Yeah, he's great with Discord.
Yeah, there it is. Discord. There it is, guys. There's a Discord right there if you guys want to join our Discord. So, guys, these are the images behind us of the ongoing protests in London, England, and there it is right there. This has been going on, and the media is playing it off as, yes, 30 people are on 30 hooligans are on the street tonight in London, so don't get on the streets tonight. So they're taking up, I don't know how many, like 13, 14 blocks of people all over the streets here in London, protesting anti-lockdowns and kill the bill, too. Kill the bill is a major issue. Now, hold on, Layla, I want to ask you something. I'm going to bring up a photo here off of somebody's, what is this, Twitter. Okay, So we got tens of thousands of people in the streets saying united against the Tories. Okay, this is in London. Unite the Union, blah, 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 against the Tories. You have tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people going against this. They don't want this. The people want this. But then they go to vote, and guess who wins? The Tories. How is that possible?
Because there's no such thing as an election, Mike. I mean, it wasn't just the Biden selection. Every single one of them is a selection. You're going to tell me people wanted Trudeau? Look how long he's been in office. Everyone hates him.
I know, and if they have a snap election, he'll win again.
Yeah. He won twice. You know, no, it's not possible. It is completely corrupt. Don't convince me ever that there are elections. It's bad enough that you fill in the voting paper in Canada with pencil. I mean, really? And they have the arrogance to tell you a sing-song. Like, if you look up why we vote in pencil, there's actually some kind of scientific explanation that they came up with as to why we're going to write in pencil. You know, like, when these things jump out, just don't buy the complicated explanation. The simplest explanation is the right one. They're cheating. End of story.
So, and it's like, it doesn't make any sense, because even from the 2017 election, I still haven't met a single person all these years that voted for Hillary, and she got the popular vote. I heard from my best friend's brother, sister, girlfriend, who heard from a guy who may have voted for Hillary.
I'm sorry, Mike. I unfortunately have known or heard of a lot of people who did vote for her. So it just depends where you are or who you frequent. Obviously, you're not going to have a lot of you're not going to have a lot of Hillary voters in your circles, but I happen to know some people.
Okay. If you do, like, this would be great. Maybe to bring them on the show and ask, like, a little bit, information, just to get to know them a little bit better,
I don't really have them in my life, Mike. They're really just acquaintances far away.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, you can just take my word for it. I'm not so sure they'd be really interesting though. But yeah, of course.
Because I've never
diversity.
Because you could put because I would like to open a restaurant here in Merritt, or with a guest, like a restaurant, and then the outside meet the person who voted for Hillary Clinton. It's like, would be great on the side on a big sign, so people could let's go meet this person that voted for Hillary. But I'm being sarcastic.
In my neighborhood in Toronto, Mike, some people actually had their voting sign for Hillary.
They love Hill Dog in
Toronto. Yes. Yeah, all of Canada would have voted, most of Canada would have voted for Hillary.
99.9999% love Hill Dog.
Yeah. They had her sign, they're walking around with it. It's like, man, this is Canada, it's not the US. Just get over it. But it's true. Yeah. Mike,
Jem Rose brought up a good thing. Corporations will lease the land off of them and start corporate charter cities within Canada and other stuff like mining to access to water rights.
Yes. That's right. That is excellent. And in all probability, what's happening with the property market right now is something like that. These developers are the ones that are buying up the market. It is not regular people. They are from these developer companies, affordable housing, the other whatever. They're the ones who can afford to buy 500,000, 600,000 over asking price. Okay, let's not BS each other. The average Canadian is $200 away from bankruptcy. This is not the average Canadian that's been buying up these houses. The whole narrative around, we need bigger spaces because of the pandemic. We have home offices and we have kids playing all over. Most Canadians can't afford that. No. They're going after buying groceries, not having a better home office. That's BS, complete BS.
All right. So I wanted to get you on.
Mike.
Yeah.
I have to add something. The school thing going on in Canada. Yeah. This is really bad news. So I appreciate Mysterio and how he's saying that how can something so horrible be going on at the residential schools all of this time in Canada. I agree. I'm not defending colonialism or genocide or any of these things, but this is a card that is being played at a very precise time, and the UN Charter for the what is it? The UN bill for the protection of indigenous people has been signed. This means this is the UNDRIP, I think, and this means that indigenous people, among other things, can veto energy projects.
Sure. Like the pipeline and all
So
that stuff.
That's right. This is where it's heading. Okay. This is being played at a specific time, and there could be other rights as well. And it's being played like clockwork and very easily, like everything else is in the Canadian media. So they said, oh, we're going to find a whole lot more. So they just found another 700 in Saskatchewan. Initially they found 251 in BC, and now Ontario is committing I don't know how many millions to dig all of this up and to support the effort. I'm not against any of this at all, and I'm not going to entertain anyone who tells me that I'm not. But this is being played at a very specific timing, and the UN bill needs to be looked at very closely, because this is a war on energy, and the indigenous people are going to be used like they have been before to veto these energy projects. They will turn off the taps, and there's more stuff going on. They even invited the International Criminal Justice Court to investigate Canada.
Yes.
What is this going to mean? So if Canada is in violation, okay, of UN charters, and Canada is committed to the UN charter because Canada is an IMF country, what does that mean for Canada? Yeah. What does it mean when Canada is found in violation of this charter? Is it going to mean that some things are seized from Canada, or that money is going to be taken away from Canada, or penalties paid by Canada? What does that mean? And I think this is coming down the pipeline, and it's going to come down, maybe not hard, but it's one of those Christmas things that are going on behind the scenes, and it's going to take away a lot of rights. I really think so. And I think this is real
I don't
real
think it's
bad
going to be the
news.
Canadians.
And people need to look at this more closely. Yeah.
But Layla, I don't think it's the Canadians on the forefront. I think it's going to be more of the foreign investors that own a lot of this land and the mining and all that stuff. They're going to have to deal with more. I don't see the Canadian family as so more like, like in this it'd be more of the, because our biggest coal mine, two of our biggest gold mines, our uranium, like everything we have, it is owned by China. So I mean, there's no, like, it's not even ours to you get what I'm saying, right? So we don't even own any of that stuff, right? And I think some of the pipelines are American, and some of this is that, and some of this is that, right?
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Well, yeah, I mean, the railroad is owned by Bill Gates, right?
Right. So they're going to have
so
to deal
exactly.
with Bill Gates.
So what does it mean anymore? It doesn't mean anything. And all of this has been going on without people knowing. And that's the thing about incorporated companies, incorporated countries. The Australian police is an incorporation that is exchanged on the IMF exchange.
That's right. It is.
The government of Australia, the government, same with Canada, same with all of them. The government of Australia, all of Canada, all of the Commonwealth, they are incorporated companies on the American stock exchange. So they're on the same footing as other corporations. So when people buy stock in a corporation, what does it mean? Sometimes you can buy stock to the point you have a controlling investment, right? In a company. So when different countries buy stock in each other's countries, they start to have a controlling investment in these countries. This is what's happening with China and Australia, with China and Canada, China and Africa. It just so happens, no kidding, they've been hoarding all this gold. So it's the same thing, whether you're investing in a company or in a country and you have a controlling share. You get to make decisions.
Right.
And who said that was okay? The people were never consulted for this. This was never a democracy.
Especially these secret committees or super committees, and this advisor is advising this, and we're gonna go ahead and pass this. None of these people were voted in, and like the great Dr. Jekyll there down in the States. All this stuff is coming up, and the mainstream media is just deflecting anything that comes up about Dr. Jekyll. And, I can't even mention his name on this channel anymore. Dr. F. And I can't even, and then it's Facebook is telling us we're allowed to say it's man-made. Now they're posting like mainstream media, Canadian mainstream media, saying that the jab is not protecting you from getting it again, and all this BS coming out. And that's why I'm saying we're 5 weeks out. Tomorrow's going to be 4 weeks exactly. We're out. So it's going to be a very interesting turn of times in the next 5 weeks. But
so is that for the better or for the worse, Mike?
Things are just going to come to light. Things are going to start piecing together in a way where it's going to be very hard to negate or to avoid or ignore.
Did you hear that apparently in Israel they've been giving them
placebo? Yep. And in China they've been giving B12 shots.
I don't know how much I believe all of that.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's just speculation, right? We don't know, but
yeah. I mean, when you run an
hold on.
experiment, you should give the actual and the placebo. So maybe they're doing this on a mass scale all over the world. It's possible. You have to give both.
Hold on. It might be actual in Israel because when Netanyahu took his vaccine, there was a cap on the end of his needle. So the cap wasn't taken off. So it was so blatant. You could see the orange cap on there when he rolled up his sleeve. So it might be real. It might be they might be giving it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
If it was a placebo, why wouldn't he take the real needle and get the injection, right?
That's right. That's right. And then they were saying that you should test positive if you take the vaccine because, it should create the virus, but apparently they wouldn't test, so it goes against vaccine science, supposedly.
Yeah. Good old Dr.
Yeah, but
F
this,
there, Dr. Jekyll.
Yeah, but Mike, this residential school business, I don't know. I'm sort of watching it. I'm keeping an eye on it. I don't think it's good at all. I'm not saying again anything about their hardships and that should be respected, but they're playing a card. And they don't care about the natives. They don't. Oh, and the nice thing today, Trudeau comes out and says that he wants the Pope to come and apologize on Canadian land. Now, I have nothing good to say about the Pope. Mm-hmm. I suspect this could be like a step towards Abrahamism, because just, they're going to use this, the natives and their nature religion as a step towards it and say that, things like, no religion is better than another. And it's all maybe well-intended, but, like Abrahamism is basically the one world religion, right? So I mean, maybe that's more of a conspiracy theory, and I totally accept that. Maybe it's not so important, but they are working on something like that. There are documents and official not-for-profits who are working towards unifying the religions. There, if you what is that creepy city called in Kazakhstan? The capital of Kazakhstan. It's really freaky what's going on there. Mm-hmm. It is part of the thing. It is part of the one world control religion, and which is basically what they're after, right? Mm-hmm. So I think there's also that in the picture. And now with Bill C-36, and you can't criticize anything or anyone, you have to accept everything.
Yeah. All right, Layla. I appreciate you coming on and reporting on what you're seeing. I appreciate it. And we'll talk soon again, okay?
We'll talk soon. Thanks, Mike.
God bless you. Bye.
God bless. Take care.
So that's Layla. Yeah, every time I think about that school, like what happened and stuff, I get upset about it. It's like it's just it's just about loving each other, living with each other, living, side by side with each other, living, coexist with one another. And, before World War I, like in Israel, Palestine, all those areas, Jews and Muslims and Arabs and all kinds, They all coexisted and lived side by side, neighbor by neighbor, for a long time, before World War One. It was whatever, everyone lived together, they respected each other, and then, I don't know, man, it's just more and more propagandizing and all kinds of BS, and it's not that hard for us to live, to live with one another, coexist with one another. It's really not that hard, people. And the segregation that's being created is being created in our minds, and we're purposely trying to make us feel guilty, trying to make us feel this, trying to make us feel that, trying to make us put our minds into places that we normally wouldn't put ourselves into. So why is it then that me, Layla from the Middle East, who else we got here? Blunt News and Matthew Iller from Australia, Jem Rose. I don't even know some of these people here. Trust the Silence, whoever. Why is it that we could coexist with each other without ripping each other apart? We are discussing controversial things that are happening in the news. We coexist. Good News Bear. We got people in here from China. We got people in here from Australia. We got people watching us from California. We got people from Mexico. We got people from Europe. We got people from all over that are watching this. But for some reason, we coexist. Why? Because we're on the same side. We are all with each other, but we are on the same side, but we coexist with our neighbors and other people who maybe don't agree with our points of views, whether it's from religion, whether it is we have maybe 20 different religions right now live on the stream. We don't have a lot of people watching, but we got at least 20 different religions on here tonight. But we're coexisting with each other here. LK saying, I hear you, Mike. Because we have commonality, says Shafi. That's it. It doesn't matter. All those creed, color, religion, all that stuff. We have commonalities. And I coexist with everybody here on my street. I have no issues. Everyone's so nice to me, nice to each other. Same thing with, my business. My neighbor next to me loves me. My neighbor next to me, other neighbor next to me likes me. The neighbors across the street are so happy I'm there. Everyone coexists with each other because it's the safest and best way and the easiest way to procreate and have children and be happy. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so world's first lab-grown meat factory opens in Israel. Yeah, it's the plantaroni. I don't know what they're pushing the plantaroni for. We got Q2, guys. I'm going to be shutting her down in a few minutes here. Yeah, plantaroni. Oh, Liam messaged me. What is this? Watch YouTube. I try not to put other YouTube channels on because of what's been happening with my first channel strike down. I'll be uploading to it in a few days, guys. Maybe I'll do one video a week talking about yoga, morning coffee with Mike. What are you guys up to? Stay strong, man. Eye on the prize. Don't give up, man. No matter what happens or no matter what, I don't know, guys. It's commonalities we have with each other, yeah. But it doesn't mean if we like David Xavier, he's a Chinese Canadian who lives in Ontario. He's saying, lie flat like the Chinese do in protests. Just lie flat. Mitch Bannon says, I get along with and know all my neighbors. Yeah. Who else we got going on? What else we got going on here? Yeah, it's been a good show. I mean, we're all here tonight, and if anyone hears from Ricky Spanish on Discord, let him know that we're looking for him. I really hope he's okay. I really hope he's not in trouble, because he keeps
Ricky Spanish,
kind of voicing his opinion when he has a few drinks, and sometimes it's not too good, right? Yeah, I can't believe we had over 100 people, like 140, 30 people watching tonight. I appreciate everyone sharing this transmission, being part of the show. I really want to get some first-time callers on the show, like more first-time callers. I know we had a few, but I want to get some points of views. I want people to call from Connecticut. I want someone to call in from Buenos Aires, Argentina. I want someone to call in from, different parts that we don't hear from too much, because we learned a lot today from Layla in her part of the world on what's happening. And this massive geopolitical breakdown where she kind of explained to us the situation. She's reporting in her area on what's happening. And that's what I want, guys. I want you guys to send me videos on Skype, okay? Up to 3 minutes. Just put a video. Hey, guys, you don't have to talk if you don't want to. You could just tell me what you're filming, and I could put it up on my channel. And you don't have to have a YouTube video, a channel, just to put 2 videos up. You know what I'm saying? I'll put it up, for the community. And the Discord, I don't know, man. I'm looking at our Discord here. We got I think 40, 50, 60 people in this thing. Posting stuff every other minutes. Yeah. The world is passing away, says Tignim. Remember I sent you the thing about the climate change and on... Yeah, they're putting... climate change on death certificates now. You could die of climate change now. God help me, please. Yeah, I don't know, this, where it's going, man. I don't know. West Faria saying it's all about the reset. Stay strong. Lord Humongous says he got another tour van. Yeah, send us some pictures of your tour van. All right, guys, let's do one last channel plug here while we got people watching. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the new streaming channel. We're going to stream on here. I'll put some older streams up here for you guys to see. Don't forget to stream here. Watch the streaming channel here. The main channel's still up. I'll be able to post on it tomorrow or the day after. Amerifornia on Teespring. Don't forget to check out our Amerifornia stuff. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Facebook if you want. And guys, it's Instagram that's the best. Instagram is the best way to contact me. For some reason, it goes through a small filtering section, and people could contact me on Instagram. Guys, don't forget to set your reminders for Wednesday's show, Market Talk. We're going to be talking about finances, gold, crypto, silver, whatever, man. Housing, inflation. Alaska Prepper on the next week's Mike in the Night. If you guys want to join us on Mike in the Night next week, Alaska Prepper will be here. Don't forget to set your reminders. We're going to be talking prepping, and then the week after we should do UFOs because it's actually becoming a major thing. Guys, don't forget to check out I shipped in North America, so United States and Canada. So if you guys want to buy a board game, I got lots of cool I got endless amount of board games. Please, guys, go ahead and guys, don't forget to check out my store. I worked hard on it. Also, artbydano.com. Artbydano.com, not your typical art. Artbydano.com. Prints, you can find them on Huntington Beach Pier in California. You can make a custom mural, a custom anything. Just send them a photo and work out a deal. Artbydano.com. Guys, don't forget to donate to Amerifornia tour with Lord Humongous going across America, picking up stories for us. And our music is brought by Ralphie.co.New Zealand, where Mike in the Night gets replayed, rebroadcasted across Auckland and the New Zealand area. Ralphie.co.New Zealand. Yeah, it is Mike in the Night, folks. Guys, I'm hot and I'm tired. I can't believe I sat here for pretty much 3 hours with you guys. But I did it because I love you guys. Scott Horeka saying, wait until the debt market collapses and people lose everything. You think it's bad now? Yeah, LK saying, for sanity, on the other hand, maybe next week. We're 4 weeks out. Tomorrow past midnight today is going to be 4 weeks out. We're 4 weeks out now. I've been counting down the weeks now since 13 weeks now. We're 4 weeks out. So, what are you going to do, right? 4 weeks out. I remember when it was 12 weeks out, and it was like, yeah, okay, now, I was 7 weeks out. 6, and then now it's 4 weeks out, and it's like, yeah. All right, so let's play some Mike in the Night music here. I want to thank Blunt News, Tig Nim, Lord Humongous, Mitch Madden, Aniki, LK, Scott Hareka. Who else we got here? Tig Nim, I said, LK, Matthew, Aniki from Australia, West Faria. Who else we got here? David Xavier, SB, LK, Mitch Madden, I think I said. D-Man's in the house. Who else we got? Shafi D in the house. Mitch Madden. I said Mitch Madden 13 times. Let me see who else. Sean Liemerman in the house. We'll get him. We'll try and get him on the show next week for a plug. Bree 777. Jay Smith. Peter O'Brien in the house. Good News Bears in the house.
Oh, yeah! Tito Santana, Boston, Massachusetts.
Woo! Woo! You're talking about all men.
I love China. President Trump.
All right, folks. Mike Martins here signing off. Please take care. And if you can't take care, please